Sam has
Starting
been
recording.
suspicious. Okay, yep.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm filling up my ice, so I didn't want to like make a bunch of noise.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give everybody a minute to get their drinks.
Oh no, I hit record and ran away. Shit. Oh well,
No,
that's
no,
fine.
It's okay.
Run away!
Yeah. Alright, so let's all not say offensive things for this next minute while we can't pause the recording.
I have
Wait.
video editing software, you sons of bitches. I will be fine.
It never gets edited anyways. Or stopped.
The highest rated Nicolas Cage film on IMDb is Adaptation.
That's
Really?
offensive. Edit that out.
Edit that out.
And what's the rating on that one?
I don't know.
Oh, I just
3%.
listed it as
Looking at a chart that has it highlighted and it is slightly above all of the others, but it doesn't actually say the number.
so it's
It
2.
looks to be somewhere around 8. Lowest rated appears to be Left Behind, which, yeah.
91% and 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's a noise. Marcus, now is not the time to be panning for gold or whatever you're doing. I don't.
Oh, as a note, this rogue has alcohol today.
What?
I have
Okay.
alcohol.
Okay, don't get drunk during my game.
If I get drunk off that one bottle, it'll be very confusing and very weird. Actually, there's a bottle there, and there's a bottle there too. Although these probably are a few shut now.
Alright,
No,
so
it's still
we'll
liquid.
Problem.
reiterate.
No,
Don't
these
get
two are
drunk during
actually Christmas presents and they're multiple years old and haven't been finished.
I don't think you're supposed to leave the alcohol out for multiple years,
It's called aging.
but that depends on the kind, I guess.
It's called aging.
Cider you wanted or mead?
No, cider becomes vinegar,
Yeah,
which is good and tasty.
can be.
Remember, boys, drink your vinegar.
No.
I have a shot of vinegar every day, or red wine vinegar. That's what. Yeah, red wine.
Is it pre-vinegar or is it actually vinegar?
What red wine vinegar?
He's referring to, are you taking a shot of red wine or actual vinegar?
Vinegar. That is red wine.
Jesus Christ.
Superstar.
Who are you and who do you think you are?
I am what I
Who are you
am.
referring
and it is
to?
What it is.
Were you talking to one of us or in general?
Man.
It's just, this channel's labeled as general, so I'm talking in general.
Okay. As long as you know.
Okay, so
Doop.
let's wait for Sam to have
Doop.
her ice and Tobes,
I
you good
had
to
my
go?
ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here.
In that case, we're ready. Okay, so traditional starting. We have Blackheart as,
Carrick Marsh.
we have Kronos as,
Argue.
Hadden as,
Tholdir Forgehammer.
Marcus as,
Corvus Adalas.
Sammy as,
Gifton Brotgren.
and Tobias as.
Right. Cassiopeia, Steel Shot. Yeah.
And you got me, Ali, as your friendly DM. Emphasis on friendly. Remember that.
In quotes, friendly.
Oh, she's getting a little
Underline.
too friendly.
One of these
friendly.
things is not true.
Yes, it's the word DM.
If
Let's
you've
see.
gotten these recordings, send help.
Speaking of sending help, who would like to give me a recap?
Me.
Anybody?
Me.
Anybody that
Well, I guess if nobody wants to do it.
Okay, Corvus, give me a recap.
Me.
Get a name wrong, and I'm docking your inspiration.
Okay. So we we defeated the ghosties at the King's Mercy. And we decided that we should all probably head out, go to the Temple of Moor to collect our thoughts and figure out what to do next. On our way to the Temple of Moor, taking with us. No, he wasn't there. We're going to update Elias Cantor of what we had done. But we were interrupted by a sudden booming voice of a beam of light coming from the heavens to the town square, calling out to Father Stone to come forth. The beam of light turned out to be an angel with feathers of black, and wanted to address Father Stone not in a menacing way, but in a womanly, compassionate way. And she, the figure, came forth and addressed the townsfolk and Father Stone in his admirable efforts in vanquishing the dead and to putting right the natural order of things in Amour's eyes. And she bestowed upon him a clerical duty, a blessing from Amour.
Duty.
Stop it! I, myself, Thaldia, and Gifton, I want to say, approached.
Incorrect.
No.
Go for the other size.
The other size? Me, Thaldir, and
What's the opposite of Gifton?
Big.
Nay.
I didn't think Cass would have. I didn't think Cass would have done that because I mean, scary angel lady. But
She did.
I guess I was wrong. We were addressed by her as well and said that we would all receive a boon for our actions as well. And then she disappeared. She went poof, and everyone just kind of stood there. However, one person was sought out by a very good perception check, and it was the father of, or the head of the Talon Church, Orel. He was beet red with veins busting out of his forehead. We eventually made it back to the Amoran Temple, had a brief sit down, a little prayer, and it turned out that she was there as well and talked to us further. Upon which certain issues were settled, concerns, I guess. And Father Stone said that he would hold a sermon the next day and to maybe address the concerns of the people or the curiosity of the people as crowds were gathering. Though the party needed to probably disperse from the Temple of Amor per Father Stone's request, and we decided to travel off in pairs because, for all intents and purposes, we were persons of interest. Not before the captain had come and commend us as well and told us that we could keep our arms for our safety. given these new circumstances. Corvus and Gifton went to the tailors to finish her dress, but we were interceded by Capet and told that we should come to his house, to his estate, for further inquiries. Thaldir and Cass went to work on the wagon. RG and Carrick went to the meaty soup bone. And am I missing someone? No. And that's we were all going our different ways. Capet told Gifton and Corvus that he had possibly a jobs for us and wanted, more importantly, to look into the house Landor to see if we could gather information. And I was left in a room, or Corvus was left in a room with Jackson. No, that's the Landor. Fletcher, Joshua. And
Jackson.
Jackson Landor.
Jax.
Oh, just Jax. Okay. And Gifton was finishing up the dress for the daughter and was doing very well.
Until it all went wrong.
Oh. That's all I got.
Just hasn't been the same since
Right,
the
take your
accident.
inspiration.
Yay.
Treasure it. You're gonna need it.
Treasure.
Okay. So, as we left off, discussions were being had among certain fellows. Others were heading for nice meals and all that kind of jazz. Hey, we are going to resume with. Let's see.
All of us meet back up at the tavern? Smiley face?
No, Corvus said that he had some questions he wanted to ask the Joshua who he was talking to.
Indeed.
So, we're going to cover that. So, Corvus, you've been left in the room with Joshua Fletcher, the man on the inside that House Capet has for Landor.
So, Fletcher,
Mm-hmm.
you've been with the Landors for some time, keeping Capet appraised of things.
A fair few years.
Maybe you could humor me in some questions then.
That's why I'm here.
Excellent. Jax Landor. How's he? How's his demeanor, his personality, his habits?
He's a stern man, both to servants and family. Not particularly cruel, just stern.
So his serving staff is loyal to not so much fear, but proper. They're pretty loyal.
Loyal to pay.
Yeah. Okay.
He doesn't treat them badly.
Just good folk.
You mess up one too many times, you'll of course be turned out. But
what other family members will be more or less at the house?
As for family, well, you've got Jax himself. He's the Lord of the Manor. There's his wife, Lady Faye, and their eldest son, Reuben.
Reuben?
Reuben.
What does Reuben do?
Reuben, he subsists off his father's earnings right now.
Okay.
He's the Lord's trying to shape him up to be a bit more responsible, but right now he's a brash young man.
Brash. Okay. The house staff. do they flutter around or they stick to their jobs more or less?
You got a few that have their routines. Depends what their duty is, really. Some are called to and from as needed. Some, like the cleaners, they got a bit of a more steady routine.
Is there a personal following to Jax?
He's got a couple of attendants, yeah.
Armed?
Oh no, you mean his guards?
Yeah.
He doesn't have any guards inside.
Hmm.
Most
That's
tend to
good.
patrol the grounds themselves.
If
If
we,
he goes out, it changes, of course.
yeah. If we were to get caught, it would be an immediate disaster. Is personal study an area where he holds meetings and whatnot? The access that you have for that key, is there a direct route to that?
Oh, and he actually reaches into his coat and pulls out what looks like to be a roll of actually rather nice paper.
A map.
And he actually rolls this out before you. And I'm just going to drag everybody here for the sake of it.
Whoa.
And Sam, bingo bongo, guess which one I like.
Oh my
You
god!
might have to zoom out quite a bit.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my god, it's Carnegie! Yes!
Right.
Allie, you need to work on your
On my...
there's like the height of this thing is ridiculous.
I mean, wasn't much I could do about that.
Yeah.
Okay. He lays this out on a box in front of you all, because you're in a little storage thing.
Mhm.
And he goes, right down here, right at the bottom here. This is the basement. That's where most of the servants are. However, there is a access right here. There's some stairs that lead down from outside, and he points. If you're down at the bottom of this, whoop,
Okay. Got it.
that's what this key's for. Now he's you're looking for his own personal study.
Yes.
All right. Well, his own personal study. As Ellie tries to find it once again. There it is.
It should be on the second floor, I think. Or
No, the study's on the first floor.
oh, it is,
First
yeah.
floor.
Yeah. And he motions to the area just above the basement, and he points up to this corner. See that ping?
I think
Mhm.
you're on. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yep.
All right. This is his own personal study. It's attached to the library and the parlor where he tends to meet people.
There's a off. I guess it's not labeled, but study library says here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Parlor. Reception.
So you probably want to come straight up if you're trying to go there. Straight upstairs. Head in through the pantry, and out directly across the hall.
Okay. That's actually very helpful. Seeing that you've been there for a couple years, is there any other entrances or exits that may not be known to most of the staff?
I mean, most of the staff don't get to use the main entrance, but if you're talking about anything hidden, not that I'm aware of. And if you want a chance to fall, you could go off one of the balconies on the upper floors.
Oh, yeah, don't tend to favor that too well and break a leg. That's not a good thing. And you're just stuck there.
Of course, there's always the lower windows.
Yeah. Okay. How devout is he? Will he be at the church for a good portion of this time during the sermon?
Jax, he ain't remotely devout. At least I've never seen him pray.
Hmm.
The family talks about their ties to Talan, but it's only when it suits them in business dealings, legal matters. You see,
Yes.
that's why Aurel was a bit of a surprise, really.
Okay. Actually, does he have sort of what's the word? It's, does he sit at a particular place when he has these sort of meetings or discussions, or is he kind of just free talking amongst other people?
Depends who he's meeting. There is actual call together meeting. Probably going to be in the parlor. More informal. It's going to be wherever he pleases.
Okay. Well, will you be accompanying us, or
No way.
yeah? In case we fell, it's up to you.
I'm taking my earnings and I'm leaving. Thank you very much.
Oh, well. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, and you. You thought about how you're actually going in?
Well, here's this sermon. I would hope that most of the parlor or most of the people would be close to the sermon if they're so tied to land or to the Talon church.
Lady Faye might make a token appearance, but I wouldn't count on most of the staff.
The staff, are they uniformed?
Nah, well, the butlers are, but most of the general workers just wear what they wear.
Okay.
Depends how often they're supposed to be seen, you see.
Yeah. Yeah, opposed to formal get together, people are going to be dressed up.
If you're planning on going in and wanting to blend in with the staff, then I wouldn't suggest it's anything particularly fancy.
Yeah. Looks down his very fancy robe, jacket, suit. Yeah, this is going to be a bit ostentatious for this. Something a little more plain will do.
Anything else?
Not that I can think off the top of my head.
Right then. Well, good luck to you, my friend. You can keep this. And he pats the map and the key.
Okay. What? Where's the access located on the house?
If you want to go for the access for this key, it's you go in down the stairs outside to the servants' entrance. Right here, down the bottom.
Had to get past the gate though.
Oh yeah, you got to get past those big old walls and the lovely guarded gates. No idea how you're going to do that.
Distraction force.
But not my problem. All right, and he gets up and he brushes himself off. Hi, good luck to you, my friend, and well, I won't be seeing you around.
Aye.
And he is going to open up the door, wave at the guard that's right outside, and saunter off.
If you don't mind, can I speak to Capet?
I'll escort you to him immediately, sir.
Thank you.
Right, and that's what's going to happen. Gifton.
We're off on a secret mission.
Yeah. You're going to be shown out by Capet. You get to have that little conversation that we had right at the end of the session.
Yeah. I seem like I'm completely like stammered about the huge amount of money he's trying to pay me.
Mhm.
And if you need any other, any other work, let me know. I mean, other
Oh,
than
I'm
the
sure
work,
we will be asking you for plenty of work. I'd honestly hire you on as a personal tailor if I could, but I'm sure you're going to be in high demand for more than just tailoring.
Well, I'm gonna be busy with the whole uh, fight the monsters thing. I'm sure. I at least I expect. But I'm gonna try to be available as much as I can for your house whenever you need it.
Right, I appreciate it, and please do talk to your group and consider that retainer offer.
Oh yeah,
We wouldn't expect you to be working for us constantly, but just available, priorities.
of course.
Oh, and there's your man Corvus. Looks like he's done. And Corvus, you are being led basically towards the stairway as they are coming down it.
Hey, Corvus.
Ah, good day. Capay.
He raises an
I
eyebrow.
think you mean
Uh,
my lord.
Lord Capay. Apologies.
My lord.
Yes, Mr. Adelas.
Is it all right to talk about this now?
He glances around and sort of waves the guard away. In short terms, yes.
For this to be done, and if we to succeed on this, what are you offering us?
Well, quite a sum of money. Or if money is not to your party's liking, I can see about outfitting you with gear, and well, that would help my own long-term relationship with you. I will admit. There's also I do have some ties for land. I have many little things.
What's type
Okay.
of land?
Ownership of parcels of land that he holds that can be given.
You mean we could build our own home?
If you pleased, yes.
Gifton looks excited at Corvus.
Sure. And just to refresh, what exactly are you wanting from him, from Jax? His plans.
Now he looks a little hesitant because this is getting a bit more detailed than he wanted in the open.
I kind of frowned and go. I thought we talked about that in private upstairs, and we did. We know that.
Yes.
I did. I just don't remember because I haven't
I will
slept
tell you
more than 5 hours.
out of character. We know that we are trying to find out what they're up to because they're mobilizing their forces. We need to figure out what their
Okay.
plan is because they're up to something, and they are moving in the dark and doing things. And we also have good reason to suspect they were probably involved with what happened to the tavern. So we need to
Yeah.
find any kind of plans we can of why they are mobilizing, why they are getting all these extra people, because they are hiring mercenaries like crazy.
Gotcha. And sorry, I really haven't slept very much all week, so
Yes, remember, you can always ask for a reminder out of character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it makes
yeah.
more sense to ask out of character
Yes.
on that one.
that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll forget that line, and of course, the pay really does depend on what you bring me, information-wise.
Nod at that.
That makes
and
sense.
Give a respectable bow. Of course.
He gives you a curt nod in return, and well, unless there's any other business, I shall see you out myself.
Appreciative.
And he does. He walks you out the doors and to the front gates, and gives a sort of respectful little lean of his chest forward.
And
Tiny bow.
Gifton will give a massive bow for her size, and then say, oh, please give my regards to your daughter. She's quite the treasure to work with.
He smiles and give me a insight check, please.
Oh no, I'm gonna see the sad look in his eye. I don't want
Maybe
that.
it depends how well you roll.
Oh,
This group does not have a good history with insight checks.
My insight
Roll
is.
your best insight check so you can find out he's sacrificing
Oh
her.
no,
to
I
his
actually
dark
rolled
side.
okay.
You did. Corvus, you're free to as well if you want to.
Sure. 4.
4. So Corvus, you don't notice this, but Gifton, you just see the tired, sad look just cross his face with that smile,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very
I
quickly
kind of
gone.
give him that quick questioning look, and then I go, all right, Corvus, quick, we've got to get people and get stuff. And I need to borrow some climbing gear.
Yes, about that as well.
What?
I need to change your clothes.
I can't make those that quick.
I guess I'll just use my old ones then.
Okay.
Okay, where are you guys going to head?
Let's head to the tavern.
Mead soup bone?
No. I mean
King's Mercy?
the King's Mercy, because that's where I assume most people are going to be meeting up. Because this is still before the sermon, right? So
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a little bit before.
yeah. So,
Okay, so you guys are heading there. Let's see. We've got RG and Carrick together, I believe, right?
Yes.
Heading towards the meaty soup bone
Yes. If I remember correctly,
With
we're
Dingus.
with Dingus.
and Elias, I believe.
And yes, Elias was coming out for lunch with you.
Yeah.
Faldir and Cassiopeia, you're at the wagon, right?
they were.
Actually, weren't you finishing with the wagon? I can't remember.
It's all
They stayed at the
wicked.
wagon all day until almost sundown,
Yeah.
and then that's where you left
Dan,
them,
if you're
so.
saying
Okay, right. So right now you're still at the wagon, essentially.
Yep.
I'm going to allow some bonus rolls to see if you can get the quality up, because this is how I'm going to handle this from session to session with long work things.
Okay, Dan's having some issues blocked up right now, so he can't actually talk at the moment.
Okay, no problem.
I
There
think,
you go.
Yep.
Toby might have stepped outside to do his lock the gate
Alright.
thing, so you might.
We're going to leave that
just-
alone then
might
for
have-
now. Argy and Carrick.
Yeah.
Walking
Just-
down the street to the meaty soup bone. It's lovely bustling tail day. Hawkers are trying to sell you the wares. Elias seems to know how to ignore that now. He's just politely brushing people off, but firmly. And you make your way to the meaty soup bone. At this time, it's starting to get a little bit active. There's a decent little halfling crowd in here for one of their many meals throughout the day.
Are there any that are stacked on top of each other in a trench coat?
You don't know. There are a few people wearing trench coats. It's hard to tell.
Oh no.
But as you come in, you see there's a few spots open. Unfortunately, most of the tables are fairly crowded, but you could probably grab some chairs at the bar. There are people eating at the bar itself.
Are there a bunch of good see at the bar?
Sure.
As good a place as any.
Is as we're going through, is Argy's favorite waitress around?
Give me perception checks and tell me your passives.
Actually, wait a second. I know another person too. Who's the other one I know?
Pass was a 15.
Oh, you
my-
don't even have to roll in.
I'm trying to get my character sheet up. Cooperate.
I figured I should tell you that before I could find
My
it.
passive's a 14.
You do have to roll. This is it's crowded. She's moving about.
17.
Okay, but yeah, you both spot her. Seems she has actually come in for her shift now, and she's currently serving a table across the room.
I'm gonna see if I can spot. Is it Melissa? I'm trying to spot the other one that we had.
As we're going to the orange, is going to also braid and clean her hair up a little bit.
Okay, nice, I like it. Let's see, Dingus is meeping at you, Carrick. He's going. It's basically egg.
Yes, we will get you. We will get you a scotched egg.
12 of them, remember.
Dingus' head is bobbing multiple times.
Because he's counting. Because it was more than one. It was more than one.
Yeah, but he only gets one at a time because he gets confused when he gets more than one. We've learned this.
No, he just lays on them and has a
I'm
fork.
back.
Head helped.
Come back.
Right.
Yes, that should
yeah.
all be done. So.
Oh, Caroline. I'm gonna look to see if I can spot Caroline if she's around.
Okay. Well, you don't have to make a separate roll.
Okay.
Wait, wasn't Caroline her name?
No, Caroline was the human.
Ah, God, I'm getting the names mixed up.
Yeah, it was the one. The tiefling is
Marissa.
yes, is Marissa, and then Caroline is the human that I got the second time.
Yeah. Caroline is not here.
Okay. We are slowly meeting the whole crew. So
Yes, slowly. But you get your seats at the bar, and there is another server behind the bar. Male, let's say,
Dragonborn.
looks half elven.
Totally want. There we go. Totally want a female dragonborn.
And he comes up and goes, "Good day, folks. What can I get you?"
The little dragon here points at. Wow, I just flipped my chair. Sorry. At Dingus, we'll start with 2 Scotch eggs. Looking at him,
Dingus glares.
you starting with 2. You can get more after.
Dingus very slowly bobs his head in acquiesce.
They stay fresher
I'll-
this way.
I'll have whatever the special is today.
Okay, special.
What's your name,
one
sir?
for you. My name is Ali says, pressing the random name generator.
Yep, I figured that.
My name's Theo.
Say that again.
Theo.
Vio, like VIO.
Theo.
Theo. Okay. New.
Right, special for you. What about you, sir? He says, pointing at Elias, and he goes, "I'll have the same." Right, and you miss.
Wait, does that mean he's getting?
Same as well, honestly.
Does that mean he's getting 2 more Scotch eggs?
I mean, like,
Depends if Scotch eggs is a special today.
No, I meant you said I'll get the same. So does that mean he's getting 2 for 2? I'm being asinine. I'm allowed once in a while.
Right. Okay. 3 specials, 2 Scotch eggs. Any drinks for you all?
Ale for me, please.
Yeah, for you.
Same.
Same. Right. What about your little friend? Do they need a drink? Do they bowl of milk or? And Dingus tilts his head and then bobs.
Yes, a bowl of milk.
Right. Okay. Be with you in a bit then, folks.
Thank you.
I'm sad now.
Right. Why are you so sad?
Bottle opener.
Oh no. Right, and
Jesus.
he heads briefly back through the kitchen entrance and basically hollers your order in, and then resumes serving other bar patrons. As he does, he pauses every now and then, pours drinks, and eventually brings you your drinks. It looks like he's very much a little overworked right now. It feels like there should be a couple of people behind this bar right now. But eventually, Argy, you see Marissa notices you and as quickly as she can extradites herself to come saunter over.
Tried to give a
And
small aid before she walks over.
it's very nice seeing you again.
Same to you.
You already been taken care of?
Oh, yeah, Theo's got us.
No, okay, yeah. Next time, you make sure you find a place over there, she says.
I just looks at me and goes, really noted. Gives a wink.
Yeah, she smiles and you busy tonight?
We got a little something I have to do. I should be free after that.
Around what time do you reckon you'll be done with your little something?
Do we know what time out of character the sermon and all that was?
You
No
don't.
idea. You should just go. You know I'd encourage you to go on date night.
Totally ask her when the sermon is.
So we're going, hey, character, you think you can have a thing by yourself tonight?
Sure.
So just give me a holler if you need me, okay?
So tempted to go. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And then you go, wait, then I can't do anything.
I think I can't do anything fun that's planned.
Oh, okay. Well, if you stick around, I'll make sure you kept drinking fed, and then after my shift, we'll find something to do.
Sounds good.
And she smiles and sort of she sinks off, and there's suddenly a trailing of a tail against your back, sort of fairy foam press of it as she moves away.
I just go bolt upright for a second.
And she resumes her work. And eventually, your meals are brought out. Special today seems to be we're gonna say it's a lovely pork belly, very crisp, very succulent. Served up with some rosemary coated potatoes, all the trimmings. Delicious.
Yay, tasty food.
Mm-hmm. And you're able to get through your meals. Elias doesn't seem particularly chatty. He just seems to want to eat and get something into him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cut a little piece of pork belly off and give it to Dingus. Just a little piece.
Dingus momentarily interrupts his own Scotch egg devouring to try the pork belly, and then starts beeping for more. He liked that as well.
Next time Theo comes by,
Yeah.
Can we get a small piece of pork belly for our little friend here and baked potato?
Yeah, sure. I'll get that in a moment.
He's not gonna be able to fly tonight.
Hey, I'm being told I need to give him a dozen Scotch eggs. I'm cutting the difference here.
I said 3. He multiplied.
Dingus in particular seems to grab a bit, one of the bit, a fatty bit of skin, and bobs it up and down while you're getting beeps and messages of like this bit, like this bit a lot.
The best bit.
We're just gonna hand him a pig one day and go, here, cook it yourself.
I think this is previous owners mostly fed him fish.
The poor boy. That's not life.
I
Eating
think
all
his
fish.
extra food is brought out. He does actually thankfully seem to forget about the extra Scotch eggs now that he has this.
I has plans. I think ahead.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Sometimes, maybe.
But eventually, you all finish up your meal.
Except for Dingus, who's passed out on the bar.
Now, Dingus isn't quite passed out, but he's resting heavily against your forearm, which is on the bar.
That's still one way to finish up your meal.
And you can see his head craning over towards your plate, trying to get little bits of scraps without moving too much.
Dingus has got that mentality. Oh, what's fat? Let's get fat.
Yeah. Dingus love fat.
That sounds awesome.
Wow.
All right.
Gonna kind of poke Dingus a little bit to make sure he's actually able to move on his own.
Don't poke him in the belly.
I know better than that. I've dealt with enough drunks in the bar working. Dingus actually move.
Dingus sort of meeps at you and then slowly gets up and stretches out.
Oh my god, we've got a crazy little cat.
Right. Well, that was a nice meal. It was a nice distraction. But, well, what now?
Well, when's the... I can't say the word suddenly.
Summon.
Thank you.
He checks his wrists and is like, why am I doing this? And it's like, you see him sort of crane his head to like look out the windows. He's like, shouldn't be too long now. You want to go wait outside?
Yeah, we probably should.
Should
Hopefully
I
the others meet us.
Should I be coming along? What with, I don't know, This royal fella doesn't like me.
Had we discussed that?
No,
Had you not?
I don't
trying-
believe so.
I think we touched on that a little bit.
Because when you had
we also had the thing of the angel basically outed that he killed somebody from Landor House, so it would make sense.
I
that
just
he
couldn't
would
remember
know
if
where
we
all
had
this-
physically talked about this before I make any
we
decision.
we definitely have.
We have? Okay.
Was
'Cause
the
that was
decision
part of- that was
basically
part of the-
this isn't a good plan?
No, I actually don't know, like, you guys, that we were intending to bring him along to the Temple of
Okay.
Milan.
I didn't think we were.
Bill,
Yeah,
you guys weren't. It's
I
just
didn't
he is
think
here with
it
you,
was
and it's like,
discussed.
do I come?
Do I come with? Because remember, we were saying mostly keep people together, and we had said we didn't want him walking alone, so. Yeah.
Can you move us back to the
Map.
city map, please, Allie?
It's honestly back towards there from the
Yep.
meaty soup bone anyway, so you guys would be on the way back to the tavern. Or the inn.
Well, I
sorry.
was more curious because we don't really want anyone left alone. Where number 7? Where is the church?
You guys,
I will
you
say-
guys trying not to split up? I mean, I wouldn't know.
Well,
that. I
no.
haven't tried to split
We're-
Argy off from you or anything like
we're-
that.
5 is the
Yeah,
church.
well,
7 is the church of Till and
Yeah.
Nor.
I'll be pretty honest. Most of our player characters are less likely to be
I'm
worried.
sorry,
than
Argy's
about
got
that.
a chance for sweet nothings. They should go for it.
We're gonna find out it's a Landor
I
assassin.
was really hoping that Argy would end up double dating with Carrick and that one from the jewelry shop.
No, it's probably not best. Do you think you'll be safe back at the King's Mercy, or should we head back to the church and see if you can stay at the church while we're over there?
Honestly, I kind of want to just go home.
Okay.
I can keep myself safe.
Okay, well, I'll walk over there with you just to make sure until you get in the
Alright.
inn.
You gonna be okay here, Hoggy?
Yeah, it should be fine.
As the waitress is sharpening the daggers.
Okay. So he's gonna get up, and he actually pays for all 3 meals.
Oh,
You don't have to do that, Elias.
I owe you folks a lot more than this food.
Look at him.
He looks.
You
at
said 3. Are you paying? Is he paying for taking?
Yeah, Dingus is sort of accounted as a side on your own meal.
Wow, that's a hell of a side.
Yeah.
That's like an entire person's meal there.
yeah.
Yes, he pays for it all.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Elias. Well, what is the system? It obviously clocks don't exist, but
Mhm.
is there a magical, general magic type thing, or
In some places, a
But
lot
not
of, there are some places. Actually, let's give this a roll. Does this town have a town square time dial? High or low, folks?
Oh,
No. All right.
I
low.
guess no matter what you're
I
rolling
like
with?
it. All right, it's going to be high because that then was louder. Okay, yep. This town does in fact have a magical dial at the center of it. It's
Where
not.
actually is the center over by Landor House?
Yes, this big open.
That area there. Okay.
Oh, I'm still on a brush. Yes, right there. Quite near the town's well, there is a basically a magical dial. It's not precise. It's not it doesn't count minutes and so on,
Mhm.
but it gives you the rough time of day.
Does it chime? Or
It does
anything
not
like
chime.
that? Okay, so we're not going to suddenly hear a thing and go, "Oh crap, we're late."
Does it bong?
What? Actually, we're heading
No,
out.
it
of
actually
the-
screams, "Oh crap, you're late!"
We're heading out of the meat soup bone, anyways, and I am drawing a blank on what time it is. Or is it still daytime?
It's still daytime, but it's starting to get late in the day.
Okay, because that's what I was going to use. I'll use the sun to get a rough idea to see if I have a little bit or a lot.
As most people in this kind of age of setting would, you're pretty good at telling the sun even with this time of year. It's getting late.
Okay.
It's probably very close to when a evening sermon would begin.
Do I think I have time to get him back to the King's Mercy or no? I'm back with it.
If you think you hurried, you'd be able to get there without missing the beginning. But you also know that people do streaming. It's a bit uncouth, but
Yeah. At this point, it's not on the top of my list of being couth in that church.
Mhm.
So
People
So it's not an
look at you.
really heavily organized religion.
No, it's like any organized
I was
religion.
just saying,
Yeah.
when I used to go to church, people
Mutter under their breath and remember to backtalk you later to their friends.
there's a lot of people that go to church just because it's the thing that's done. But you know, yeah. All right, you sure you wanna come with? I'll be pretty safe on my own.
Nah, just precaution.
All right, well, I appreciate it. And why don't we take a shortcut though?
Okay.
Right.
You know the city more than I do, so
Decently enough. And he's actually going to lead you basically through avenues and alleyways as you see this whole world coming alive. Oh God,
I don't know how to shrink it, but
make my monsters grow.
See, mine was already pre-shrunk, so it worked out
Yeah.
There you
great.
go.
okay. So we're going
You
from.
totally need to go like
Mine's smaller than Sam's now.
yeah, you need to go like meow,
Dip.
meow,
Dip.
meow.
Wait, I'm seeing two different things. I'm
Meow.
seeing beeps and okay, so Allie's the one
Nah.
beeping.
Nope, he's taking you on a much less direct route than that,
You got the
or rather,
bleeps.
a more cutty-acrossy route through the smaller alleyways.
Oh.
Like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can actually see me moving the token, so I just thought about that fact.
No.
Like
Yep.
over to
I
here.
can't see you. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like
You've got the gist of it.
Okay. I am now inside a random building.
Hold alt
Okay.
where you are.
I know. I know.
Perception check, please, Blackie.
For shoop shoo shoo. Shoo 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 shoo. Whoop. Whoop. 23.
Okay, you're being tailed. There is a fellow in what looks to be common clothes, rather well-worn ones. Seems to be following you. Not too well. He's not particularly first in it, it feels like.
So I'm gonna, since I have 3 use can, I'm gonna first try because I don't actually know that much about Elias yet. I'm gonna try the use cans to hint off that we're being thing and see if he picks up on it first.
Okay. There's that momentary stiffening of his body, and then he starts to reply to you in a fluent, random conversation that to any passerby would just feel like you're talking about, the fishing seasons or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he acknowledges as, okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Till you turn and just freaking acid beam down the hallway. Hope that don't kill me. Sounds like a great plan. So I'm gonna continue. Can I get a look? I mean, is it just plain clothes, like normal commoner?
Yeah, he looks like a commoner. Not dirt poor, but not too well off that he can exactly afford to replace clothing too often. You can see like his cuffs are a bit threadbare, that kind of stuff.
What's my ability? I'm trying to remember what I got in my new abilities. I'm gonna continue using Thieves' Cant to hint that we should do what we can to lose him. Just as a precaution.
Right, do you want to split or do you want to do this together? And he basically replies in the same Thieves' Cant.
As a precaution, right now, it might be better to stay together just in case there's more there's other places.
Right. Subtle lose or quick lose?
This is about the time I just started drinking, so now this is a great time. I'm gonna look up at the sun, kind of. careful, and I am going to actually wait. Shit, was my sending stone the one that was given out? The other half given out of character? Because I remember I was there when it was done. I just
Yes,
can't
you
remember.
are the one who
You
had
can contact.
the stone that was paired with
Yeah,
gifted.
Okay.
your sending
So
stone
you
and
don't
Corvus's
have it.
sending stone are gone because they're
Okay.
one's in my possession and one's in the possession
Okay.
of my mother.
That
The only
means-
two we have are with Cassiopeia and Thaldir. We
Yeah,
thought
And
this
those are
could,
tied together.
who travel
Yeah, it's going
together.
to be rethought when we get back together. As I reach into my bag and go,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You can always send in
So-
Dingus. You know he can fly.
Yeah, but the thing is with what we're doing, if I send him, he's going to have to try to find me afterwards.
Send him to the Temple of Talon to let us know, because you know that's
Yeah.
where everyone's gonna go after.
I'm going to speak in Draconic
Mhm.
because I'm pretty sure it's the one that most people don't understand. And Dingus, fly back to the Temple of Talon and let either get one of the others know that we're being tailed. If he can figure out how to pronounce that, and that I'm gonna be late getting there.
He meets in affirmation, and he takes off and flies straight up.
Unfortunately, there is
And
the bird's nest
you
above me.
do notice that actually spooks the dude following you a bit.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have silent spell yet. Because silent image that I could cast silently would be really good right now. Yeah, everything I have is verbal.
Right, if we wanna do some subtlety, we're gonna have to do some doubling back. This
Okay.
time.
Ow.
That,
Okay.
or he motions subtly with his head up ahead, and there is basically a fence leading into another alleyway. About here. You could hop that.
Out of character. I'm guessing that's an athletics check. 'Cause I'm pretty sure my
Acrobatics.
character. Oh, acrobatics. Okay, I can.
Or athletics, whichever you please.
Okay, as long as it's not athletics.
I'm
'Cause
being
that's
a
the
bit.
only-
I'm going to be a little generous with acrobatics and athletics interchange.
Athletics is the only skill I don't have a bonus.
Yeah.
So as long as it isn't athletics, I'm willing to try it. Yeah, let's try.
Quick it is then, and suddenly he starts dashing forward,
I will keep up with him.
and you see him basically leap at one wall, scrabble up a bit, and using that to try and pull himself over the fence.
As I quickly check my
Parkour.
magic spells to see if I have anything to boost this before I do it.
Okay,
Okay.
Elias clears it pretty easily.
Regular roll and nope.
Face
I'm going to
plants.
use my inspiration.
You're going to use the inspiration. Okay.
Try climbing the building.
21.
Oh crap! You
All
get
right,
it.
much better. Okay, so you're able to repeat the self-same maneuver and get over the fence. And you actually hear a shout of, "No, wait, stop!" From behind you, and the sound of feet trying to catch up.
Do I recognize the voice?
No.
Okay.
That's a really good tale.
Well, the thing is now at this point he obviously knows he was spotted, and the question is he actually is he a tail that's a good tail or a bad tail?
Tail who yells something like that sounds like one who doesn't mind you knowing he's there because he doesn't mean trouble.
Or he's trying to lull you into a sense where he can
Um,
stab you in the back.
Or
Elias
he's
is
grossly incompetent.
That too. I mean, we've had some of those that we've been told by. So, What's Elias doing?
Elias is actually going to continue moving. He's looks like he's heading towards the King's Mercy still.
Okay, I'm gonna
He's more
follow.
concerned with getting home.
Was I able to see the person's face, by the way, with my previous perception check?
Yeah, I'll say so.
Okay.
Just seems to be a human fellow. Worn in face, not with age or such. More sort of working in the sun look.
Okay.
Those tanned, grizzly lines.
I'm gonna kind of what's committed to memory as best as I can.
Yeah.
So when we're doing the rest of the stuff today, if I see the name, see it. Okay.
What
To
about
the
you?
mercy.
Are you keeping up?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I don't think he can outpace
yeah.
me. So.
You run down this alleyway, and in a bit after you've gotten away from that fence, you hear scrabbling at it. And not doing a graceful climb, but you see this dude basically trying to hoist himself up over the fence.
Oh, what movie was that? There's a movie where that
Are you
happened.
thinking Hot Fuzz?
Maybe it's been a while since I've seen it, so it
Have
could
you
be that.
never taken a shortcut, Danny?
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking that was it.
Yeah, but he's quite a bit slower than you guys. And before he's even fully over the fence, you're able to round a corner.
They sent They sent a non-rogue to deal with rogues. Should have sent a monk.
Watch, he is a
Okay.
monk.
No, I'm pretty sure the monk would have cleared that better than me.
And
just the worst
you
monk
round
ever.
the corner, and basically you get to here.
Okay.
The last turns to you quickly and goes, "You come with me or splitting quick?"
I can see King's Mercy from here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a quick perception.
Mhm.
And watch the one come up. Or nothing. There you go, 15. It's not great, but just to see if I can spot anyone.
You can't see anything particularly out of place or threatening.
I think I'll split. Keep yourself safe. Not sure. Oh, there's my dice. Wish I'd say call if you need it, but we're kind of.
I'm just
out
gonna sit
of
in my room,
the-
and he claps his shoulder and then heads off down the street.
I'm pretty sure he knows how to protect himself better than me, judged by what his roll bonus was. So, okay, where I am. You said about here, or was it about here?
next
Around
block.
here.
The back one back.
Yeah.
Okay. So we came from. I'm gonna grab my.
You came from
came
basically
from, like,
the
this way?
end of this little alleyway.
Yeah. So we were coming.
Yeah.
I was coming out. I came out here. Gonna go, and I'm going to go like this. That's right. All down to here.
Okay.
Taking
As you
this
start
up.
running down the street,
Mhm.
you get near this corner when you see back at this corner, the person that's following you runs out, and he actually pauses, sort of leaning over, his hands on his knees, clearly trying to catch his breath. And then he looks up the street, down the street, and he's gonna roll a check. At this point, you can try and blend in the crowd with stealth if you want, or you can
Okay.
keep running.
If you have a hood, lift it. It will give you. Wait, no, that's more Assassin's Creed.
He's dressed way too fancy for that. You know it. He
He has
runs.
to find a bunch of people.
Holy
to-
shit!
I think I can hide in the
I'm
crowd.
gonna roll his roll anyway.
Yeah.
He's blurry-eyed because he's been running, and he's
It's
not
too
used
late.
to running.
Oh my
Absolutely nothing.
What's sad is that's
Um,
probably got to be the NPC that's got like my 40 plat on him that he needs to deliver it to the King's Mercy.
And he's looking around for you as you just sort of quickly stop your running and just fall into step with people moving down the street and essentially move with the crowd. And as you turn the corner away from him, you can see him sort of cursing and then sort of like clutching his hair as he looks down.
Where were you getting 40 gold, 40 monies from?
40
Uh,
what?
from
It's-
Capet.
Capet's sending
Our
it to
job?
the,
Oh,
the
from
King's
Capet,
Merchant,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure
I couldn't
it'll
remember
get
where it's
there.
from.
It'll get there.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember. I was suddenly like, wait, you didn't get paid that much for your dress?
Yes, I did.
And, like, no, I mean from the tailor.
No, but Capet
Yeah.
gave me that much. I have
Yeah.
to split it with the tailor.
Yeah.
Actually, it would have been preferable if I probably would have just had the money sent to the tailor and then I could get it to him. But well, that's just how
And
it
then-
happens.
I'm gonna go up here,
Mhm.
and then kind of double back
Okay.
to get
Yeah,
to the
as you move along, you don't
because
see any.
it is 5, right?
You don't seem to have any issues with people following you at this point.
Okay.
No, as you're walking on the street, you do see the occasional person sort of staring at you, and there's the occasional person leaning over to someone else, whispering, nodding their head towards you.
Nice insight roll.
There
Yep.
was a crowd in the square when you guys were pointed
Yeah,
out by an
that's right.
angel. Yeah.
I figure that's what it was. I just wanted to see if it seemed to be something else, because I do have another an actual secret.
Mm-hmm.
So
You catch some of the whispers and such, and it is about the fact that you are apparently under the attention of a god.
Mhm.
the god of death, always a pleasant thing.
And actually, give me a perception on top of that insight, please.
20.
Okay. These whispers, you catch a few of them, and the stories are starting to get a little exaggerated. There is now talks of like you are directly blessed, or the angel has given you their power, that kind of shit.
Well-
Talks that you might be able to perform divine miracles.
God's highlight image is going to be kept being used a lot. If I have to. What are you talking about? Is that arcane? It's divine.
And actually, you also hear some more unsavory whispers as well. Talks that basically, Imor has chosen you all to take out the unsavory of the populace to, basically be death dealers.
Totally going to get hidden. My dagger's hidden at some point soon. Okay. I'm gonna kind of catalog that little thing in my little notebook here. And what's it when I get over to Talon? How's it looking?
At the Church of Talon, you do see people are starting to stream in. Regular congregations starting to show up. The gates are wide open.
Which side? And you can be asked it whichever.
It's this side. Is the
Okay,
entrance.
before I enter,
Mhm.
I'm going to make sure I can see the clock because I'm actually curious.
It's roughly equivalent to what time are evening sermons actually at?
I don't
6-ish,
actually know.
7-ish.
Okay.
Right, and we're going to leave you there at the entrance.
Okay.
Argy.
Sorry, I didn't. Yes.
Yeah. So when Elias and Carrick abandoned you alone to the prey of a foul half demon, it's not that unpleasant. You keep being brought drinks and supplied little snacks, and you're not being charged for them. And you basically have a very pleasant little evening in the tavern. Eventually, she does get off shift, and first of all, just comes and sits down with you a bit and starts chattering away. Asks how your day's been. What have you been up to? Very idle chit chat.
She'll leave out anything that kind of damns any information. That general thing of like, oh, we stopped some ghosts. That's not the other thing.
And she pays rapt attention to your stories. That tail flittering about behind her, and then she says, "Well, you want to get out of here?"
Sounds good.
And she actually stands up and she takes hold of your hand.
Party to let her and follow with.
Did she just totally want to come back to mine?
Burning hands. Totally casting burning hands.
And she's going to lead you off. to over.
Goodbye, Argy.
Kronos, I just want to say one thing. I do not have the ability to cure disease yet. Because
And
Well,
you're led
that's
off
something the doctor should be
over
used to.
here.
Okay.
And yeah, she does take you back into her place for a few more drinks and wherever that leads.
Hey.
Oh my god, they're gonna play backgammon.
I'm going to want from you a some kind of charisma check. What are they called?
charisma check and an acrobatics roll.
This will
Don't
be
forget
with-
stamina.
Ha. Stamina. Let me check my things.
Or would that be athletics?
me-
I don't know which one
Give
that
me a
is.
persuasion check with advantage because she already likes you.
Oh, I might have on this.
You see, which ones
Wow.
depend on exactly
Okay.
what you plan to do.
So,
Do you have your
You're a little
You
too
think?
drunk.
use your inspiration? Just get us plus 10.
Yeah.
Just get a plus 10.
You can use it for just a plus 10, right?
You're not really that
No.
experienced. You don't really know what you're doing.
Well, reroll.
Mhm.
Do a reroll. There.
That's better.
You
Okay.
literally doubled it.
Right. Yeah.
That was,
So
wow.
yeah, you're able to smooth talk yourself, maybe helped by a bit by the alcohol. Any clumsiness in your speech and such, she actually seems to find a bit endearing. And eventually, yeah, she gets you into her bed.
Yeah.
So that's going to be your night. Congratulations, you're not getting stabbed. Not that anyone else is going
We
to get
have
stabbed. I'm not
at
hinting
least
at that.
one survivor
Lewd
tonight.
comments about whether or not that's accurate.
Stabby, stabby.
Alright, Kronos, because I need to know. This is important for me as a person. You should do a constitution saving throw.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, she very easily wears you out.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay.
RG's out of practice.
Valdir and Cassiopeia. First of all, Cass, with Valdir's help, is Cass here?
Yes.
Because Valdir is still learning resistance, I want another woodworking roll from you, or carver it, whatever it's called. With advantage. This is basically to see about improvements to your cart. I'm giving you a little bonus chance here. This isn't going to ruin anything if you fail, just a little bit extra. Wow, okay. Choose a fancy feature you want to install on this.
A fancy feature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A panel on the side that can actually be lifted up to open the side of it, so that I can create like a second room using waxed hide or leather.
Yeah, you're able to
Someplace
do that.
I can lie down.
You're able to create that sort of extension piece.
Cool.
You made a pop-up.
Okay.
Or a pop out. Actually,
So
Pop-out,
the
yeah.
two of you work for the day at this. Valdir, Cass basically mostly has you holding stuff or hammering in nails.
I'm good at that. I've got 4
These are
hammers.
metal. These are hammers. I know how to do this.
I understand.
I am Thaldir.
But before long, you look up at the sun, and yeah, it's about time that you should be heading off to the Talan Temple if you wish to attend that.
No, that's not a cast thing. She would be too ready to beat the shit out of the guy.
Well, I need to be heading to the temple soon. I'm not sure if we should drop you off at the other temple or back.
I can take care of myself. I'll make sure you get there.
We agreed not to separate into single.
Well, people can't catch me. If push comes to shove, I'll run. I promise.
Don't be too stubborn.
I'm not going to be stubborn.
All right, we'll head to the temple and see if we can find you a friend.
And she's going to pack up everything back into the cart like she had.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to take off with Thaldir.
Okay. All right. So you start heading from this workplace. Which route which route do you guys want to take?
Well, if I remember correctly, we were here.
Yeah.
Is there an exit over in this area?
There are very narrow little exits, yes.
Okay.
The most actually travelled one, worn down path, wide entrance, does seem to be over towards the Capay place.
Okay.
But
So
you could probably
I
squeeze
s-
down an alley over here.
yeah,
There'd be no problem.
I'm not gonna try that.
You probably wouldn't be able to turn around in it.
No, that's why I'm not
Just
going that route.
go out by the Capay place, take a right, take a left, take
Yep.
a right.
Yep, and we'll put you right about where Carrick is.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So you guys basically come out here. And you're able to see the people starting to stream into the congregation. You even see Carrick actually come down the street.
Here he comes.
Yeah.
Here comes Spacer.
Gifton and Corvus.
Yep.
Where were you heading immediately?
I think we'll probably end up going past the Salon Temple depending on the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would make sense to go like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that if we were gonna go.
Yeah.
And that
Right.
way, if we
because I love a bit of serendipity, this is going to be around that time as well.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a few minutes apart, but you do start to spot each other, and eventually everybody except Dingus and Argy are basically here. Unless you guys, unless Corvus and Gifton want to ignore seeing the group entirely and just continue down this street.
No, I'd say we'd probably keep an eye out, or I'd tell him to keep an eye out for him. And I'm probably in Corvus's pocket at this point, or in a bag, because yeah, the less of us that are seen as possible. But I'll be like, let's go past there, and if they're there, we'll meet up with them there. But otherwise, we can head to the Mercy,
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, but you do spot them, so yeah, you're able to head on over. So yeah, congrats, guys, you're all together.
Yay!
Oh, except for one.
Except for Dingus.
No, and Argy.
Yeah, Dingus and Argy and everything. I'm basically.
Why is Dingus not here?
Where is Dingus?
I told him to come over here and warn you all that I was going to be late because, wow, I just suddenly drew a blank on the name. And I literally just used it like 10 minutes ago.
Elias?
Elias, yes. Elias and I were being tailed. So he flew straight up and told him to come here and tell you all.
I'm gonna look up.
Give me a perception check for both you and Dingus, please.
Could it be him quietly beeping, flying in the circle?
How do I make him roll a perception?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, he's not being subtle, so you do spot him. You see him basically sitting on top of the church, and you can see his head bobbing around as if trying to follow the crowd streaming in.
Mm-hmm.
He's
And
counting.
then finally, he spots Cassiopeia. And then you see his head start to bob excitedly, and he launches himself off the top of the church down towards you guys.
There he is, coming down.
Hopefully he remembers his wings.
And suddenly, Gifton, you are getting meeped at of images of Carrick and Tails, and Meat Egg, and also Tail. And he swishes his tail.
Carrick, do you have a tail now?
No. We got rid of the tail. Some
You
guy
had
was
a tail?
following. Not that kind of tail.
How did you grow a tail?
I don't know. The images I'm getting from Dingus are very exciting. All right. Can we talk really quick, privately as a group before we all go in?
Probably should.
All right. So me and Corvus have a job to do, and we can't talk about it. But we're gonna be gone for possibly the rest of the night, I think, and hopefully it goes okay. But our group has been offered to work permanently for House Capet on she looks like she's having trouble with the word.
Subterfuge.
No, that's not it. It's
Ventures.
Retainer.
on retainer.
Retainer.
Yeah, on retainer. They want to hire us, but if me and Corvus do this one thing tonight really good, then we might get paid a lot of money or land or something. But
Or be outfitted with gear.
or die, one of the two. But anyway, so we're gonna
Hopefully not die.
yeah, not die. So we're gonna go do that because it was something he asked us to do that we gotta do. But if you guys don't mind, maybe being in the area and being ready to do some, I don't know, distractions.
If something seems amiss around House Landor, maybe stir up the crowd a bit.
Well, I have a feeling, depending on how this meeting goes, I may be attracting some attention unintentionally.
Okay. But I'm gonna slip away after, and then I'm gonna give Dingus's head a big hug, and I'm gonna go, and you're gonna act like I'm with you and fly around town, okay? And when you get tired, you go back to the King's Mercy, and I'll meet you there. That way people think I'm with you, and they won't be looking for me, okay?
Dingus looks confused for a moment. Gifted and with?
I pet. I gotta go in by myself. I'm sorry.
There are red flashes of concern. Very
I know.
urgent concern.
I know. I'm good at hiding, though. I'm really good at hiding. Hard to find.
Dingus looks doubtful. You've never hidden from him.
Yeah. Never hidden from most of the people. Alright, so yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll be like, is there anything else we need to talk about? I figure we'll go in for the sermon, and then me and Corvus are gonna probably split off from each other. Corvus, I'll do everything I can to help you in there. Is there anything you need to tell me about what's going on in there?
There will be people moving around, doing basic things, really.
So, what I would expect in every household.
Yes. We have an entry. It's just getting to that entry will be a bit of a difficult.
I have lots of entries. The DM just died.
Wow. Is this the
Are we doing
more
phrasing?
than PG-13 edition of the show?
Is that a euphemism for something else?
The one of the
Euthanasia.
options I could do is I think there's a lot of balconies on that building. I could probably, if Dingus doesn't mind dropping me off, he could swing me over and I could get off on one of the balconies maybe.
Dingus bobs his head.
I just don't know. Do we know any points of interest inside the building? 'Cause I haven't seen the map. You never showed me the map, so it's all you.
Well, I was like, how am I going to do this? We're leaving. We're walking through town.
I know, but you can tell me it's on the first floor, it's on the second floor, or something like that. Yeah.
It's on the first floor of.
Would you guys like to go back to the map?
Yes, of the left side of the estate.
You mean the right side?
Right side, yes.
Okay.
I will be likely entering from
And
below.
the first floor, I mean, yeah. There's
This
like
one.
two major entrances, it looks like. There's like a front and a back big gate thing for whatever, for I'm assuming fancy people. So, yeah.
I mean, you could technically pop in here, go to the fireplace, then dash down to the fireplace and into the study.
I don't know if I want to go through the fireplace. This is still like close to that time of year.
Well, if it's lit, it's lit. If it's not, it's not.
And they would be lit.
They'll probably be
Oh.
lit. So, I mean, the best I can hope for is just going under doors and stuff like that. So if I come
Yeah.
in like through this back way, because I'm assuming the steps is an entry coming in, right?
Yeah.
And then I could just go through the parlor and through the study. So, yeah, that'll probably be my vague plan. So, all right. So we basically workshop that out, and then I go, is that the only place we want to hit? Because there's a lot of building there.
I didn't expect it to be this big, but
I did. It's a nobleman's
you're the one
house.
that gave it to her.
Well, did you see how big it was on the other map?
No.
All right, if we go
Oh,
back,
you mean on the city map?
yeah, on
Yes.
the city map, because you think
Yeah.
of how big the inn we are staying in is, and think of how much space that place is.
Yeah.
It's reasonably. It could be bigger, really. It's huge.
Yep, they are the biggest noble house in the city. They have a good estate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only thing I would see where something would be the parlor, the study, the library, or the office.
What about these places up top? Is any of those their bedrooms? Maybe.
Bedrooms. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll try and get there. I'll see if maybe Dingus can drop me off on the property before he flies out. Okay.
How am I gonna get in there? I have to climb this stupid fence.
Go through the skylight.
Do you have some of that gloopy stuff from the ghost? And then she's gonna take out her bottle and shake it, her little bottle,
Yes.
and then she's gonna go. This'll make you invisible for a little bit. Maybe,
Someone remember!
maybe use this. Do you want the other bottle that I have, so you have 2 doses of it, or how many doses did you get?
I did not know what that was.
Well, I figured
But-
we knew what it was if we were able to harvest it properly. So,
Mhm.
yep, that's what it is. So,
I have this little pouch of it. That's it.
I thought you had 2 doses of it because you had multiple doses.
1 pinch of spirit dust acts as dust of disappearance.
Yeah.
1.
Oh, I thought you got more.
3 vials of ectoplasm, but Alchemy Kit needs to refine it.
Oh, okay. That's probably what I thought you had more of. Okay. I just know we had in the loot we have 1 that we grabbed, and then you took other ones. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually ask Sam. Is that written in the loot?
I wrote it in the
And I'm
loot.
just blind?
It says 3 vials of ectoplasm, no immediate use. It's in the Discord loot, Blackie. Not
Oh,
the,
okay.
yeah.
I was looking in the other loot, and I'm like, I'm very confused. I don't see this.
Well,
Yeah, I see you have a total of 3 vials of ectoplasm, a crown of the undead, whatever the wisp of shadow thing was, and,
one pinch of
spirit.
dust. Yeah.
Do you want the other pinch of dust for your way out? You use 1 to get
Yes.
in, 1 to get out. Okay, that will leave me with none, but I'd rather you have it. So I will give you my dusting of it, and I'll wish you the best of luck. Use 1 to get in, use 1 to get out.
Right.
If things go wrong, use 1 and run.
Yes. Well,
Actually,
first-
what would be nice is if we get together before you go over the wall, and me and Dingus stand next to you when you throw it, because I think it hits an area,
Yep,
yeah,
it does.
10 feet.
and then that way me and Dingus can go invisible really quick, and then we can fly over.
For 2d4 minutes.
Yes. That will be plenty of time for me and Dingus. That'll be hopefully enough for you to get over that wall. All right.
Over the wall or through the gate. I'm probably over the wall.
Oh,
the GM.
gate's open,
GM.
baby.
As we were talking about all this, I'm also kind of watching the crowd going in
Okay.
to see if I can see that guy
Right,
around.
perception check, please.
Okay. Normal.
Normal, yeah.
Alright, so I'm actually going
19.
to change what I'm telling Dingus. I'm going to tell him that instead he's going to stay with me and Corvus. We're going to go invisible together. We're going to sneak in. I'm going to get off his back when we get to the house. And I'm going to sneak into the house. And then after I get off, he needs to fly back to... He should fly back to the inn we're staying at because that'll be safer. King's Mercy, and then I'll meet him there.
He meeps in affirmation, but there's a tinge of concern to it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a tinge of concern in my own too, but I basically tell him if he stays around, they'll know that I'm in there.
Blackie. Eventually, yeah, you do spot the guy heading in with the congregation. He looks like he's been crying.
Oh,
And there's that sort of
hurt his feelings.
Give me an insight check, please.
Mouse work.
Click insight, roll low.
11.
Anger, despair.
I'm going to point him out and see if anyone else in the group knows him, recognizes him.
I'll look at him.
Yeah.
For whoever looks at him, nope, not at all familiar.
He looks sad.
He look like him. Oh wait, no. Mad TV references are bad.
What?
Well,
You're offended by a sad individual?
Corvus, I'm
He
gonna go
was
into
the
sermon.
tail.
I'm gonna go into the sermon, so I'll see you inside. I'm gonna hop on Dingus's saddle, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go see who this guy is.
I should definitely get in there too.
Yep. And then
I'm going to head back to the King's Mercy.
Okay.
Then
Keep an eye on Elias.
Yes. That's why I'm going back.
what, Corvus?
why are we going into the summon? We should be doing this.
But that man's sad.
He was the one telling Elias and I. I'm gonna actually go on in and I'm gonna watch where he sits. I don't know.
The whole thing is that this is happening. We go do this, where most of the people will be here.
Okay. Well, you don't think Talon will think it's rude I didn't come after I said I was gonna come today, right?
I don't really know,
Oh, okay.
but I don't really see.
Can we come later so I can make ups?
Fine, if we can come later.
Okay.
But now we do this.
Alright. Come on, Dingus. I gotta give that sad look at that poor guy that has that sad face. Dingus says Gifton really has like the softest heart for people that look upset, and she wants to know why he's unhappy.
Just
gonna-
has resting emo face. Don't
Wow.
worry.
I'm gonna head on in and keep
I mean,
an eye on where
it's
he
quite
goes.
possible that he actually thinks you guys are God touched and might be able to help him with a problem. So.
That's why I'm cautiously keeping an eye on him now.
Okay, so everyone starts to head in. Cassiopeia, you're heading back to the King's Mercy.
Yes.
Gifton, Corvus, you're going to. How are you going to approach this whole estate?
I'm having
So-
Dingus ride on Corvus's shoulder, and I'm riding on Dingus right now.
And I will be going around the back side of the property.
Oh my.
So, backside from where you guys currently are?
Yeah, so
You want to
where
go
is
back here?
where is the gate to
Alright, so
the estate?
The gate is marked.
Okay.
Set square there.
And based off of the map, where's the access?
The access.
Yeah,
Oh, what
Oh,
on
into
the
the building.
estate building itself?
yeah.
Okay, so the estate building itself is actually over here, in this great part. The gate leads into basically a
Garden.
open sort of garden. It's actually not much of a garden. It looks more. I mean, there are bushes and well kept stuff, but it's mainly open, wide, flat, sort of gravelled,
Area for carriages
Yeah,
or
essentially.
Alright,
Yeah.
so it's like an entry area.
Yeah.
But like that,
So,
about there's
and-
probably where the house is.
Yeah, that's where the house is, and basically it's the same facing as on the map.
Okay. So the entrance is down here.
Yes.
So
Actually, no.
the
I think the map would be
servants
flipped because
Yeah,
the
it would be flipped,
reception would be down the
It'd
side.
be towards the gate,
Yeah.
right?
So the servants' entrance would be
Around the
back
back
here.
there. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So we will go down this alley and
Oh my.
tackle the alley.
I don't want that though. So you're going up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say one thing that's gonna just shake you to your core right now, Corvus. Do you really
That
want to
is
go in
a-
there wearing that?
Yeah.
Is there a bakery where I can change? Is there anywhere I can change into my normal clothes?
Did you just say a bakery?
Yes, it's at a bakery. I don't know why.
I've got a little bit of advice.
There's an alley.
If you guys want a DM hint.
Yeah.
Why don't you take the long way round and stop by here?
Oh yeah, we could always stop at the
Tailors?
tailor shop.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I was thinking that. I just
You
didn't
can also
think
pick
it
up your coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we just, because it's actually not that far, we can just go straight through from across from, it's not far.
Right.
I just don't think you want to wear
Your
that.
tailors.
I don't
Your
want-
tailors is around the corner, yes?
Yeah, I don't think you want to wear what you have on.
No.
You know.
This is
Go
Not-
put on your tactical stealth turtleneck.
right.
There.
Wait, does that mean they have a cardboard box?
Yes.
He has to go properly full tactical. Straps, a pair of camo pants, and nothing else. And an eye patch.
Okay, so
And a
you guys
bandana.
down there. Now, there are landlord guards right here.
Hmm?
Do you guys just want to sort past them? Do you want to try and be sneaky? How are you just walking along? What's happening?
We're going out this way.
Oh, you're
Towards
going the
the
wrong way
alley.
around.
I say we go
And
the
then
short
down.
way around. I'm going to work. I mean, literally, I do have to go past there all the time to go to
Mhm.
work.
It wouldn't
Uh-huh.
seem that unusual.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It would actually look super cash.
Yeah, for you, me, I'm
yeah,
going
but
to go
you had
around.
to carry me there earlier.
Although I will say, you guys have never gone that path. You've always come down here
Yeah.
and gone up.
Oh.
But you do work over there, so
So it shouldn't be any alarm bells, but you know, it's up to you. It's
So-
you're the one that's got to worry about guards knowing your face.
The crowd's going to the temple.
Mhm.
Either way, you're going against the crowd.
Yeah.
We'll go to work.
All
And
right.
I'll just
More
try
casual?
to, go casual side,
Right,
sort
in
of
that case-
out of the flow of the crowd.
would you? I will ask you to give me a stealth check just to blend in again. This is what I like to
Yeah.
do with social situations.
Blending.
You're not literally hiding, but you are trying to be unnoticed. Okay, yeah. You're able to sort of saunter along through the crowd, even with them going in the other direction. There's enough people wandering to and fro. Not everyone goes to this church.
Mhm.
That you walk down the street and the guards don't seem to notice you at all.
See, super cash. It saved us time because it's nowhere near as much walking.
Yes.
Right, and yeah, you're able to get to the tailor shop. Lights upstairs are on.
Do you have a key?
I
Or
make a
is it-
show of patting myself down visibly, like, oh, where would I keep a key? Oh, that's right. I'm about the size of one. No,
Okay,
I
so
don't
you
have
knock
one.
on the door. And the top window opens up once more, and a familiar face pokes out.
Hey!
Oh, hello. You're back already?
Yeah,
Guten
we
Abend.
finished. Is it okay if we get Corvus's jacket back and maybe he changes out of his nice clothes?
Oh, certainly. I'll be down in a moment. And head pokes back in, and shortly after, the door is open for you.
Thank you
Ellie,
so
every
much.
time you have him poke his head out, I keep hearing the door guard from the Wizard of Oz. No way, no how are you getting in?
If only.
No way, no how. Not on your bet life. What are you
Yes.
getting?
Yes, got your coat sorted. Here you go.
Okay.
Danke.
He is sending the payment, I think, over to the King's Mercy, but I think he way overpaid. So, at least I think he did. He paid us 40 platinum, but I figured I would have that come. I'll have that come over here and we can sort it out.
Well, that's very impressive.
He was very happy.
Congratulations on your bonus. I don't expect to take any more cut from your bonus, though. That's yours.
Are you sure? I don't mind. I mean, it's good business.
And I'm very sure. Consider it a help getting yourself set up.
Well, I hope so. I guess we got another job tonight, but I'll be around if you need me for anything. I don't know if my mom's been around yet today.
She's actually upstairs.
Oh, she is? Oh, that's great.
Yes, we were just talking about things, having a meal together.
Oh, is Kara here?
Kara is here. He he says, sort of with a dour look. Yes.
Is everything okay?
Oh yes, it's just he's a little bit more concerned with your mother setting up here.
Yeah, I bet he is. Can I see them
Don't
really
worry.
quick?
Oh, certainly. Do you want to hand upstairs while your friend changes?
Sure. Dingus, I'll be right back.
And yeah, he holds his hand up for you and takes you upstairs. But yeah, they just seem to be having this is the first time we've been in his own little quarters. It's very, very nicely laid out, very minimalist, but there's a few knickknacks about.
Oh, this is a lovely place. Hey, Mom.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Kara.
Oh, hi, sweetie. And Care instantly sort of straightens up. And Gifton.
Kara.
How did things go today?
Really good. I made 40 platinum. They're the big silvery coins. They're like that with the face on them.
40 platinum?
I know.
Never even seen the platinum.
We need a bond.
It's 10 of the gold ones.
10 gold?
Yeah, but each is one of the big silvery ones.
Oh my god.
I know, it's more money than I've seen in my life. Anyway, I'm having it brought over here so it can get split because I couldn't carry it. It was too much money.
I can imagine.
Hey,
And
Care.
Yes.
Can I borrow your climbing kit?
Yes.
I need
Why?
it to do
What
a
are you doing?
thing.
What kind of thing?
I'm scouting something out, and I want to do it proper and not be seen for a little while.
Are you going to be safe?
I'm going to be very safe. It's just I don't want to bring all the loud people with me, and I want to do something subtle. And I don't have the gear for that.
Okay, yeah, and he's going to clamber down from the tabletop they're all eating on.
Yeah.
And he's going to grab up his little bag from the floor, and he's just going to hold it out to you.
Thank you. And I'm just going to dive in for a hug.
And he hugs you very tightly. And your mother actually peeks down from the tabletop and says, "Are you sure you don't want to join us for dinner?"
Oh, I wish I could, but Corvus will have my head. He wants to get going. They're always in a hurry. I don't know why. Carrie, you think we could have a talk later, you and me?
Yeah, of course, anytime,
About
Gifton.
Stuff? And she's gonna...
I'd like to talk about stuff.
Yeah,
he says, sort of bashfully.
Yeah, she kind of blushes a bit, and she goes, "Well, I'll talk to you maybe after tonight."
We'll probably be staying here tonight.
Oh, it's really nice here.
Yes, I've invited them to be my guests for the night, rather than having to wander all the way back.
I like it better. It's not like one of these big open buildings. All these buildings are way
and
too big.
you actually see your mother nodding in very firm agreement.
All these buildings are just way too big.
They're far too big. It's far cozier in here.
Yep, way nicer. All right, so I'll come see you maybe tomorrow and here if you're still here.
I look forward to it.
All right, I saw an angel. It was really neat.
Oh yes, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Gifton!
Oh, I gotta go, Mom. Love you. Bye.
No. And you sort of just hurry out without assistance.
I'm gonna
You took
yeet
them
myself down the stairs.
Yeah, the trip downstairs is certainly a journey,
Mhm.
but you can throw yourself downstairs. You've got your climbing kit.
Yep. Yep, I'm good.
Corvus would have liked to done one thing.
What's that?
So he has the potion of spider venom.
Mm-hmm.
He also has empty vials, which are smaller than potion bottles.
Right.
So he is going to put doses of the spider venom into the vials, and
Is
then
it normally able to be divided? Or is
that's
it
up
one
to
use?
you.
If it's a one-use potion, then I'm afraid that's a no-go.
Okay, so the water skin of spider venom.
Okay, so you want to put it into your skin?
No, I have a water skin of venom.
Okay.
So I'm going to put little doses of the venom in the vial, and then lancets are little needles. And I'm going to put the tips of those needles in those vials.
Okay.
And then store them in the little lancet pouch. That's all.
Isn't that
best.
a poisoning check? For applying
Yeah,
poison?
That's up. Yeah.
As you are handling this, I do want you to make it. What is that kit?
It is a poison crafter's kit, I think. Isn't it?
You know what? I don't have open my books.
Yeah. This is
Well,
why.
I have
This is why.
Fielda.
This is why I haven't done anything other than my like racial poison, because I'm at least not gonna have to worry about that one.
I have thieves and herbalism. So
Yeah, but I think you'll have to do the other kit untrained, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, there's poisoner's kit.
Yes, this would be the poisonous kit.
But also medical, so dosages and
I'm
Okay.
afraid this is still might give you an advantage, but let's see.
So proficiency with the poisoner's kit means you're not at risk to expose yourself.
Right, so you're going to be at risk. Please give me a straight. What would be the normal check? We're just going to go with dexterity, as this is the handling part.
That makes
You're not
sense because
refining
you're trying
anything.
not to stab yourself.
Yeah.
so straight dex.
Yeah, straight dex.
No advantage because of medical.
No, I'm afraid not.
All right.
On the plus side, oh no, you're not trained in proficiency. If you're trained in both, you get advantage on trying to treat someone being poisoned.
See, and you're trying to just divide them up into files, right?
Yep.
It doesn't give me a DC for that. Bottle poison
guess-
effect is 10. Determining the effects of poison is 20. Handling poison.
I guess the other curiosity is, does this edition have like the old one where it requires specific ways to be poisoned by certain poisons, or did they get rid of that?
With the spider's venom, I would require injection. Piercing entering the bloodstream.
So the dividing's probably fine. It's when you suddenly putting the needles in is the problem.
Think you're able to get them into the vials
Mm-hmm.
without poisoning yourself.
It's just handling the needles after, probably.
Yeah. When you actually go to use these, there's going to be another check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But you managed to apply it at least. They're on there.
Yeah, they're like little vials of poison needles that he can pull out like a little dagger.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Scary stuff when you're not trained to poison.
It
Yeah.
is. It really is. That's why my poison
This
training
isn't
was
Black
next to getting.
Lotus. This isn't Black Lotus extract from 30.
Okay, so you're able to do that, and you're able to get yourself changed. Dingus sort of watches you way too intensely as you're changing clothes. It's like really uncomfortable.
It's that weird dog just staring.
And
It's
then
like,
he meeps happily when he sees Gifton come downstairs.
Yep, I'm gonna give him a big hug and go,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna go.
He watched Corvus very finically drip stuff into a little glass vial.
And then you guys, you can depart and head round back to the back of House Landor is what you want to do. Up top, rather.
Mhm.
Yep,
Yeah,
let's do it.
up top.
Okay. Right, able to make that journey. And then we're going to cut to the rest of the people.
Oh no, we cut.
No, not that yet. You're not seeking it.
No, we're preparing, so we're.
How
off to seek
are you
the
wanting
mission.
to place yourselves
Have
within
to
this
seek
church?
the
There are
mission.
plenty of pews. It's a large church.
Well, first off,
You wanted
at
to see
least
where
on
the
my
guy's
end.
spot, right?
Yes,
Set, right?
yes, yep.
He sits. It's towards the front, like the sort of front half of the church.
Okay.
But it's not the front rows, not even remotely.
Does he seem to be sitting by any particular? He just kind of just sits over there.
He does seem on his lonesome. There are people around him because there's people sort of squeezing towards the front. They don't want to be at the back.
Go sit
But-
with
Okay.
him. He's lonely. You hear the voice of
Um,
Gifted in your head. She was.
I was
sad for
actually going to
him.
sit near him. I'm not sitting next to him. I still
Okay.
don't know if he's on the up and up or if he's trying to murder us.
You could go sit next to him. It could be fine.
Middle of the church
It's a
again
power
tonight.
move, Blackie.
It's a power
Middle of
move
the
because then you can be like, I have my friends with me. Sit all of us
Go
around you.
go for the true power.
Yeah,
Get
you're
you-
just around him.
Yeah, just say, Thaldir, follow me, and one of you sit on one side of him, one of you sit on the other, and go. So let's have a chat.
No, Blackie, go for the true power move. Sit on his lap.
No, that's Thaldir's job.
So you are following us?
Oh no. That's Cassiopeia's job.
No, that's sitting on someone.
Actually, I'm gonna go. Part of me's tempted to take Cassie because she takes up more space.
Cassie's
Cassie
not
can't
with
fit
us.
in a pew, and she's not there.
She can fit on a pew. She can take the whole thing and just lays across it. Thaldir, come over here. I'm gonna go sit next to that guy and let's see what why he was following us.
I suppose.
Head
If you
on.
really want to play your head like that.
It's not like he's gonna pull a knife in the middle of the church and try to stab one of us. And if he does, you can break his kneecap.
So how are you sitting right next to him?
Yeah, well, provided there's
Okay.
space.
Yeah, you could squeeze yourselves in.
Okay.
Are you doing this either side of him, or are you like just you beside each other with him
To
next
either
to
side,
Barrett?
it's the best power move.
Coming from the little brownie. Probably actually on the best bet though.
Okay, so you're doing either side. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you sort of moving through the pews. Excuse me, is that needs to get by.
I
And
would like to be on the side with the fewest amount of people.
Okay. Yep.
because
Sure.
I am a dwarf, and it's
Carrick,
probably better.
You approach from the actual center aisle. Fowler, you actually have to go around to the sort of ball side and then come in from there.
Works for me.
And you both sit down next to him, and he seems preoccupied. He doesn't actually notice you at first, as in he doesn't notice who you are,
Mm-hmm.
and he's actually counting in a coin purse. There seems to be a few copper pieces, a couple of silver pieces that he's just sort of going through. And when you sit down, he sort of glances up briefly, looks back down, and then freezes up. And then he looks the other way at Valdir, and he stiffens right up.
I'm tempted to go start going through the languages slowly and see what he comprehends.
You're speaking tongues at him.
I mean, I've done it to many people before. No, we're not going to go quite that evil yet. So who are you working for?
What?
You yelled after us.
I'm sorry, my lord. I didn't mean any disrespect. He says, glancing between you and Valdir, like worriedly.
Eventually, it's going to make it over to hear about kneecapping. It somehow, and not directly
You
connected
want me
to
to
us.
kneecap him with my tiny hammers?
I mean, it works. It's kind of, I guess you'd just be testing for reflexes, but
It was really hard.
why are you following us?
I thought maybe you could I thought maybe you'd be able to help me, and I wasn't sure how to get your attention, and
There's my usual luck. 10 insight.
Screw it. I'll throw one in.
That's better.
He seems to be talking fairly straightforward.
Help with what?
My daughter, she's ill, and I couldn't afford the tithe here. And I thought maybe they say you're blessed.
What is she ill with?
I don't know. It's some disease is wasting her away. She coughs up blood daily.
Note to self: don't like Corvus near her. She might be missing limbs afterwards.
Actually, he's probably the best person to see her.
Yeah,
'cause,
he's the doctor. We really should let him near her.
We have a friend of ours who could probably take a look at her.
Is it Father Stone?
He may be able to, but I'm not sure that he has much medical.
I don't need some more medical training. I need a miracle healer. I've taken her to doctors.
How long has this been happening?
This has been the latter part of this year, and it's getting worse.
We could talk to him.
Please, I'll give you everything I have.
I don't know if that went through the mic. That would have been funny.
See, I would totally help, but like I'm busy, guys.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be dragging your butt there too.
Yeah, well, the thing is actually the best team up would probably be me and Corvus, because if Corvus can figure out what's going on, I can reinforce it with magical shit.
But you can't move.
We'd be a dynamic duo if we worked together, but we never will.
Heresy.
You're heresy.
Wait, now you're religious?
No.
Yeah, the religion of Hexenreich. We don't know what that religion is. It's the problem.
He worships the country itself.
The sister land. There we go. Perfect. Don't worry about that, sir. We'll talk to Father Stone and we'll see.
Come to the service tomorrow.
I will. I'll be there.
What is your name, sir?
Oh, let me open up my notes. This one I actually have already.
Aha. And he was a
My
human, you said,
name
right?
Tim?
Yes, human. My name's Josh. Josh Wallace.
Oh no.
Where's
It's
Gromit?
gonna be the Highlander.
That was two very different directions.
Yes, it was.
I prefer Gromit.
I like the other one because he was basically just killed by people. So, and they made a movie that did nothing to do with the actual person. We'll talk to him and talk to a couple of our acquaintances also.
Thank you, sir.
There is no need to thank us. Not yet, at least.
Suddenly, the whole place bursts into flames. Oh God, no!
Because I'm going to destroy this town.
As he sort of he's clearly getting sort of choked up. But suddenly the sort of din of chatter that's filling the church's halls right now starts to quiet down as the sort of echoing footsteps of someone approaching from one of the stone halls behind the lectern is echoes through the chamber. And instead of Father Turner, as is supposed to be holding the ceremony. Can you guess who it is?
It's Father Bell. No, it's
Yes,
Aurel.
Father Bell. Yeah,
Senor
Father
Asshole.
Aurel
Father
steps out. And
Father Bell is the other guy I'm here for.
and steps up behind the altar. And he sets his hands down on it, and he sort of looks across the gathered people. So, I know you were all expecting Father Turner today, but he is taken ill, so I shall be holding tonight's sermon.
Intriguing.
And he actually just starts off with a normal sermon. He opens up his holy book and starts to read from it. It's just the general, usual bits of Talon's tenets, talking about how you can only find true justice in law, how civilization is built on this fair treatment of equal parties, all this jazz. And this goes on for a bit. So, Faldir, Carrick, do you want to stay through this entire thing, or Faldir, do you want to break away?
I'm staying through.
How many people are
Leaving.
to the left of me, I guess?
I'm going
to
to say
the
that
other.
there are 3 people on your the way you came in through the thing.
How far are we into the seating area?
I would say that you guys are far closer to the wall, probably like a third of the way in from the wall. Basically, you're on the outer edges of all things considered of this.
I will point out,
seat.
out of character, I find this delicious because Thalder, if you get up, it will probably cause a lot of whispering and gasps because people know that you were in the group that was with the angel.
So
Yeah.
I was one of the front too.
And
I'm
Yeah, same
loving
here.
it, by the way.
so if you get up and walk out, that will be like the biggest fucking diss in the whole wide world. Out of character.
Yeah.
Which one was? Because I'm drawing blanks to make sure I'm thinking. This is the guy that supposedly is a cleric.
Yes.
That Turner
Yeah.
told
Air
us had the comment.
He's also
Aurel is
landlord.
the
doesn't
head
deserve.
priest who has claimed that he has been
Is
blessed,
touched.
but evidently has not been, according to the rantings he has made in private.
Okay, that is this guy.
And he is, yes, a member of House, or was a member of House Landor.
So yeah, if you do get up, this will be glorious. You will start a hornet's nest, the likes of which I have not seen in a game in a while, and I kind of want it to happen.
All right, Allie, would it be a straight wisdom or an insight?
To see if it's a good idea.
It's actually the exact same roll for me, but I should probably roll
You're trying
the
to figure out if
correct
it's a
one.
good idea.
Yes.
Wisdom, please. Straight wisdom.
Okay. As I said, it's the exact same roll.
Okay. So, I mean, nothing immediately bad is going to happen, but you do realize that there is a possibility that this could be seen as some sort of slight.
But I'm going to sit there stewing and not necessarily looking happy.
As Orville looks upon his flock, or Oril
No, his name is now Orville.
No,
looks
I
upon
refuse.
his flock, he finds and drifts to one dwarf with this disgusting, annoyed face.
Well, actually, no. I would like both of you to make me a perception check, please.
As in me being the other, right?
Yes.
Okay.
14 min. No, that's
14
better.
min also, and I will keep my 23.
Wow,
also.
very nice. Okay, so his entire speech, he sort of his gaze wanders over the people in attendance, as it should really. And it looks like he's just trying to make it seem casual, and his gaze is wandering, not stopping. But there is a momentary pause, ever so slight flicker, as his gaze lands across you guys. Almost said it.
You'll see me too.
And it, yeah, Bono, and it does linger for the briefest moment. You
Quick.
get the impression he knows you're there. He's seen you. He's recognized you.
Quick, give him the finger.
But he
Alright,
continues on.
now
Give
you
him the
walk out.
equivalent.
What's he saying at
Well,
this time?
So about this time, it seems like he's starting to wrap up the general introductory. Hey, we gathered here faithful for Telan. It's about coming together in unity of civilization. Is basically where he is.
Coming together in unity. God damn it.
Yeah.
So, I can do a quick. I'm going to do a quick glance around. Do we have a quick mix of different races and stuff in here?
Yeah, it's a fairly
Okay.
decent mix.
Okay.
Predominantly human, as is for this area. Big tinge of elven, but you do see a few races. There's a couple of dwarves. There's some halflings.
Totally should. If I walk out, I'm totally going to start saying stuff in halfling.
Seems to be a suspiciously wobbly person in a trench coat.
Suspicious.
Yes.
Well, specialists.
Hey,
is
when
the
you
word.
let a
It's
halfling
slightly
write
taller
the
than
word,
normal.
it becomes very difficult to pronounce.
Suspicious.
So,
Doing 3 halflings in a trench coat.
you staying put still?
I'm going to kind of sit there looking more agitated and kind of... Am I actually able to sit normally, or is there a slight discrimination against
There is a slight
dwarves and
discrimination.
those motherfuckers?
Yeah.
It only adds to
I'm
the
going
reasons
to
he's pissed.
lean somewhat forward so that
Uh-huh.
my feet are touching the ground,
Uh-huh.
and
You're basically
Sitting
edge
there.
sitting.
yeah, sitting there a little more hunched over with my arms on my knees.
Yeah. Okay.
So it wouldn't be that surprising if in a little bit I got up, but I'm not moving to do so yet.
And that
How
brings
many-
me to what I wanted to talk to you all about tonight. All of you faithful, dear devout servants of Talan. I'm sure all of you are aware of the offense of earlier today. The appearance of a so-called Angel of Imor, the god of death. And there are murmurs amongst the crowd. And he continues on. They say that he appeared, or she appeared and gave its blessings to our dear Father Stone, who I'm sure some of you are familiar with. A faithful man, no doubt, but one who has never done much outside of his needed duties. Now, would such a man receiving the blessings of the gods seem just or fair to any of you? Such a man receiving the power to help himself rather than help others, help his lord of death. And there are more murmurs, which if you would all like to give me a insight check in general for the crowd.
Sure. Yay.
18.
Nice. Okay, Valeria is fucking clueless as to what everyone's going on about. Carrick,
People are murmuring.
you're picking up a couple of things. There are obviously some murmurs of like, well, this seems a bit uncouth. This isn't really, doesn't sound good.
This doesn't sound like appropriate priest behavior, right?
But there are also murmurs from people. There's a few people that look a little bit more intense in their attention of agreement. Like, yeah, why should a god of death be, being thrown its weight around? Is it even real? Is he blessed? That kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So are they all wearing the symbol of House Landor?
Yes. Yeah. There's all definite plants. The front door, you can
That'd
hear a
be
guy going,
hilarious.
"Woo! Yeah!"
Well, I mean, right now all we can tell from Landor is they do that.
Oh
So.
wait, Orel. Sorry.
No, I would not dare slander such a devout man. But I ask you all to treat such matters with the attention it deserves, to think for yourselves, to question whether this is truly a blessing or not. For I'm sure many of you know that man associates with someone who has escaped justice, who has escaped just law through our king's rightful pardoning, but perhaps not a rightful pardon in the eyes of Talahan. A man who associates so willingly with Elias Cantor, a murderer, a thief, and calls into question his own character.
Out of character again.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
What exactly is the whole thing with King's Mercy? I know it, pardons them because what's the general
It's
view
considered
on something
very
like this?
inappropriate to talk about it.
It's very inappropriate to talk about it. Most people respect the King's mercy. If someone is pardoned by the King, that's supposed to be the end of the matter. If you want to know more along the lines of, hey, how does this coincide with Talon, you'd have to give me a religion check.
No, I was more curious if this was something like culturally should not be being.
Yeah, this is very not right.
This
Gonna
is
look over
questioning
at
your
the,
king's wisdom.
Yep, I'm gonna look over at Thaldir.
Hmm. I'm not looking happy.
I'm gonna whisper in. I'm like, well, whisper loud enough for him to hear me in Dwarven. Think we should make a scene?
It may do more to prove the point.
Which point?
The one he's trying to create.
Reacting rashly against a crazy man doesn't always go good.
Well, there's different levels of making a scene.
I know you're trying to do a minor illusion shit. I know what you're
No,
up to.
no. I wasn't gonna do that. There's too many people here. He knows what happens with mages. That ain't gonna happen.
Getting up and walking away will just firm up the concept of, hey.
Oh, you're going far softer than me. I was actually gonna say something before I walked out. Was the thought mindset possibly?
Yeah, but even the light getting up and walking away will just leave him something we could, hey, look who's ashamed of this, or
It's giving him something. It's giving him a tool you don't want to give him.
yeah.
That's why the temptation to walk up and go about mentioning something about.
Well, while you guys think about this, he's talking about it. He continues on. I have also discovered the rather unfortunate circumstance. Many of you know of House Capet and their increasing grasp on the city, buying up districts to replace housing with more warehouses and trade, displacing people from their homes. Now, they do this through law, but not through just law, through meddling law, through trickery and deception. And I have discovered that they plan to sponsor this Elias Cantor, friend of Imor. And you have to ask, House Capet, how much spray do they have? What feats could they pull off? They have a mage. They have power. Could they not create a grand illusion? Could they not sway people towards this corrupt church, towards this corrupt dealing, and make people fall for them and love them so dearly that we all just blindly ignore the injustice of their actions?
Hot kettle black.
Yep.
And
It is funny that this is all about Imur, who is literally associated with peace.
mhm.
Roughly how far would you say that we are back from him?
I said that you, this dude has sat not quite. It's more than halfway there. Living on a prayer. I'd say you're about a third of the way distance from him. If we were put this into actual measurements, fuck.
That is unfortunately what I do happen to be
That's
asking.
trickier. I'm gonna say 30 feet.
Chuck the hammer.
And
It's
like
hammer time.
I'm guessing
Actually,
you're
no, more than that. About 60 feet.
okay. I'm guessing you're taking a level of inspiration from a
Christian church.
standard Anglican or Catholic, the incredibly pompous.
Basically, yeah.
So lots of candles and everything around.
Are you gonna be lighting something on fire?
I do have the ability to cast Druidcraft, which includes the ability to snuff out a candle towards your campfire or create a harmless sensory effect, such as the faint odor of skunk. So I am considering my
No, man,
options
don't
here.
do it because he's just got done talking about the goddamn mage thing. You don't
Yeah.
want to do it. You don't want to do trickery right now. Let him dig his own hole because there's gonna be people there that don't believe this shit.
But I
Honestly, the best thing that I would like to would do is like call out, going, "But sir, did I not come to you but a few nights ago and beg for your help, and you told me you didn't have the time, and Father Stone did, and he was justly rewarded." It sounds
I
like
was
you're
also part of the
you know?
the scene I was tempted to make.
Yeah. Because honestly, that is the best thing to fight back with him right now. Because be like, this doesn't sound like a Talon sermon anymore. This sounds like him grandstanding. You know?
And the big thing is, you were actually the one that was there, so you actually have the right to actually say that.
Yeah.
From my seating, would it be very obvious if I happen to stand up?
Yeah, it'd be pretty obvious.
Okay, so it is enough.
I mean, you're a dwarf, but that still put you above the people sitting.
And
Yeah.
you know he knows you're there if you're trying to get.
Yeah, the question is, there's a difference between like standing up, looking to take attention, and just readying to move or something.
I will totally boost you up.
I'm going to lean forward a bit more.
Stand
but
on the
I'm
pew.
still- No, I'm not trying to grab attention at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to let him keep talking for a bit more.
Another insight check, please.
Oh,
I'll be
that's my
honest,
spell.
right
That
now
won't help.
he's trying to. I think he's
Yep.
trying to goad you guys out, is what I'm expecting.
That is part of the problem.
Yeah.
Bad insight
Okay.
checks on both of us
Wow.
on that one.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm seething with anger. I'm starting to lose my ability to read the room.
Yeah. That was the murmuring of the people in attendance grows a little louder. Carrick, you hear the same continuing thing essentially, but he's reading Father Rael himself. I'm afraid is not possible with your dice.
He's just a dick.
Um,
That's all I think right now.
But there is a momentary look of disappointment on his face, and then he sort of settles down and goes, "I apologize if I got carried away there, my dear fellows, my children. I trust all of you to know justice and law as the gods intended in your hearts. And I know that if there is anything of note, of any suspicion, anything wrong with the dealings of Father Stone, you would all be wise enough to see. So, let's return to a lighter sermon, shall we?" And then he does. He returns to just talking about various Talan-related things that he's not writing a sermon.
I think you guys are making the right move. Don't fall for his trap, because he's banking on getting you guys to act.
He even
We'll
starts
just kill him afterwards.
you know how you get little biblical stories, that kind of stuff, little short ones. Give me another insight roll, actually. Man, I hate insight.
Hey, works better for me than religion roll.
I hate insight too
Okay.
because there's a certain.
Hey, it's a reverse of earlier.
Carrick, you don't notice this. Faldir, the few stories he sort of reads out and works into his teachings, there is a definite theme to them. It's all about those that have taken, basically, acted on law when the corrupt won't.
Yep. He's making vigilante mob rule.
Mm-hmm.
You
And before,
lose tonight.
and after another hour or so, if you wish to stick around that long, his sermon does end.
Yeah, I'm planning to do so.
Okay. You sticking around, Carrick?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. His sermon ends, and he closes the book in front of him. I bid you all good night, and safe journeys to your homes. I hope you take my teachings into your hearts this day. Once again, I must apologize for the inability of Father Turner to attend. I know you all look forward to his sermons. But hopefully he will return to this, what's the word? Not podium. Lectern. Altar. Altar soon.
Lectern is probably
Dais.
more accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, so this lectern is dais soon. And if you'd all just offer up a short prayer to Talan, that he may guide your way. And he closes his eyes and leans his head down. And you see a lot of people doing the same.
Pray to Talon that the
No.
unjust priest will
Imagine.
be struck down, please.
I play to him more. That
You
will
wanna?
happen.
You can try.
Come on.
God, that would be so awesome.
Please, don't do it. Don't. You don't have to do it out loud. You can just pray. You know.
Yeah, most people do seem to be in silent prayer.
Just silently pray that Talon will find a way to guide this corrupt man from his path or something.
Okay, so sorry, was he saying that he was going to lead us in prayer, or
No,
ask us
he's asked everybody to offer up their own prayers.
Yeah.
Okay, it's that kind of prayer system. All right. I will grumble, so I'm not speaking very loudly.
But under your breath.
Maybe a little louder
A
than
little
that.
louder than that, okay.
Loud enough that our new friend can
Talon,
hear.
I ask that you ensure false priests and those who seek to deceive us receive the justice they deserve.
Okay.
Amen.
What about you, Carrick?
I go amen at the end.
You're basically mimicking his.
Yeah. Actually, I've
You're
been
doing,
around him long enough. I can actually technically sound like I'm a dwarf now.
Okay. I
I'm
want
not
both
doing
of
that.
you
Go
to
back.
give me a persuasion roll, please.
Please do well.
Aww.
Please do well.
I'm trying to remember if I have any. Nope, I don't have doubles yet. Persuasion. 26.
Oh, that's what I was looking for.
High five, Blackie.
So, as the silent prayers end, and you look up, and he seems to be gathering himself. Suddenly, that great big stained glass motif behind him of Talan with his forge hammer and the Book of Law in one hand cracks. Just a crack runs down the middle of it, right above, from your view, Father Aurel. And he looks back at it, and that's it. But you do. Oh god! Another fucking insight check, please.
Sure as I can figure out where the button is.
Does the crack
17.
propagate from his bald head up the stained glass?
Not only does he look a little perturbed by this, you hear murmurs from those that seemed a little less directly swayed of, this is a bad omen.
It's probably a bad thing in the middle of the church just to high five the door.
I am actually going to scowl at that.
God's not going to strike someone down for you, but might see
Show their
Now,
displeasure.
what would have happened, just as curiosity, if I would have actually been a cleric of Talad?
Oh, if you were a cleric of Talan and actually praying, then there may have been a bit more of a direct intervention.
I was curious if it would up for a cleric or not. Hey, Sam, you should take the cleric levels of cleric of Talad.
But yeah, he says that this crack, and then just picks up his book and sort of storms out.
No, so he composed himself a bit better than I expected on that one. Good for him. Out of character, not in character on that one.
The folks in the congregation are sort of left murmuring to each other and slowly start to stand and sidle out themselves. You see plenty of people sort of leaving little offerings, dropping a few coin in the offering box. Some stick around to pray at the altar themselves.
What is Josh doing?
He's still sitting between the two of you, looking a little confused, a little bewildered, and glancing at you, Faldia.
Does he hurt you?
Yeah, he heard you.
I'm going to fully rise, put my hand on his shoulder. Damn Poinka songs. And then just say, "May this night be merciful to you, your daughter. We'll do what we can tomorrow."
Thank you, my lord. I'll be there tomorrow. And
Nod and just walk.
he watches you go, and then he gets up and gives you a curt bow, Carrick.
I go, don't call me Lord. My name's Carrick.
Okay, my lord.
Lord.
I apologize for earlier.
You're fine. We've been a little on edge, so we will see you tomorrow at the Sherman. We're going to the tank.
Buffet.
No, I said Sherman. We're going to the tank.
Sweet.
And he bows again, and then moves off himself. Leaves the church. Okay, Faldo, I assume you're going to go try and find Father Bell.
I don't want to wander around the church much if I have to, but I'm going to see if I'm lucky.
Okay, we'll do that in a bit. Because now over to Sneak Team.
We're off on a secret mission.
Well done.
A totally secret scheme. We'll slyly do
Excellent
it.
coordination.
Okay, you're at the back of
Yeah.
Sandals walls. The tall walls with their lovely spike tops. Gilded spikes, mind you. It's very pretty.
Oh.
But it's a very classical stone walls with the grating on top.
Well, good luck, Corvus.
Right, okay.
Get rope or something?
I got rope.
Okay.
And it'll pull a pinch of that dust. Like, good?
Yep.
All right. See you on the other side.
Well,
And it flicks the dust.
Okay.
well, that's the last thing I say before I disappear is I'll see you back at the end if I don't see you sooner.
All right. Roll me its duration, please.
That's in minutes, I believe, right?
2d4.
Yep.
I hope you roll high. That's not bad. 5 minutes is good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. there's a momentary meep of alarm from Dingus as Corvus vanishes, you vanish, he vanishes.
Yep.
Um,
I'm in the saddle, so I'm just gonna start
there's
directing him
in fact
immediately.
a few little sort of boxes, rubbish on the ground around you and such that also vanish.
Mhm.
And you get the sort of little images in your head of where Dingus.
It's okay, we're invisible. It'll wear off in a couple minutes. We gotta go quick.
Dingus can't see wing.
It's okay, just just pretend like you're flying with your eyes closed. But don't close your eyes.
Oh, I'm glad she added that part. Okay.
All right, and then I'm gonna urge him up.
Right, Dingus flies up a little nervously because even though this is actually affecting his ability to fly, he's worried.
Yeah.
And he will follow your directions.
All right, I will look for the easiest point of entry that will get me close to that
I'm gonna
spot.
move you guys back to the map.
Because if there's an open window, we'll take that. If there's not, we'll do a balcony or we'll do near a door.
Okay. All right. Right, you're flying up. Let's see. Let's give you a percentile chance roll. Obviously, is there any particular floor you want to look for entry on first?
He told me that whatever floor the study was on was what we were going for, right?
That was the first floor, the ground floor.
Yeah. I actually would like to go a floor above that, I think.
Okay. Right. So you're going for the American second floor.
Yeah, the American second floor. I'll go for that.
Okay.
Because I figure he's probably going to get to the study before I do, so.
All right, 1 to 70. There will be a window open up there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, wow, close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There is in fact a window open up there. You see one right over. We're gonna go here.
Here? Okay.
Yeah.
So this.
So you have to flap around the building a little bit, but you soon spot a open window here.
At that balcony, and I will.
Actually, that would be a open door, in fact, because it's out onto a little balcony.
All right. I will direct Dingus over there, and then once he lands, I'll get off and go. Okay, go back to the King's Mercy as fast as you can. Love
you. Dingus, you think he's listening. Mm-hmm. You can't see him.
I'm feeling. I feel the wind gust of him going up because that's actually.
No, first you feel his head suddenly thump into you as if he's like craning his head around trying to find you.
Yeah, and I'll pat at the head when I find when he touches me.
And his muzzle presses at you, and you get that flash of "Be safe, be safe."
Mm-hmm. It's okay. They won't find me.
And there's suddenly a lick.
Yep.
And then the gust of wind as he takes off.
Yeah, it's like a buffet for me.
Yeah.
All right, and then I will sneak into this room and see where I'm at.
Okay. Corvus.
Mm-hmm.
You're going up over that wall?
Yep.
All right. How are you doing this?
So the stonework is probably easy enough to climb up. The gilding.
Easy... You could find handholds. I wouldn't say it's easy, but
yeah, the gilding, you will probably have the rope and use it to sure up on one of the prongs, and then use that as leverage to pull.
Now, minor issue: your rope is invisible.
Right.
So I'm going to need you to make a sleight of hand check to tie this properly at disadvantage.
Okay.
What kind of rogue are you that can't tie rope?
Right. So it's a bit weird because you're fumbling about with something you can't actually see. But you're able to noose this off, and I'm even including your throw up to get it over one of those spikes, essentially, with this. So you're able to secure a rope up there, keep a grip on it so you don't lose it.
And flip over the spikes and belay down.
Right, give me an acrobatics check. Yeah, okay. You're able to clear it enough with the rope's help.
Yeah.
All right. Now, both of you, you are invisible, but as we know, that does not mean hidden. So if you want to give me stealth rolls at advantage.
Yep, I will do that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Corvus. So you are now within the compound. Yeah, up behind the building. So that puts you basically around here, because these walls are fairly close to this actual housing.
Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing I have to go
Yes.
there, and then
So you wonder
leads to
that
there.
you do see that there is a sort of recession into the ground, and you can see the sort of basement area. You can see the walls of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then get the key, and hopefully it opens.
Yeah, you put the invisible key into the lock. You turn it,
Yeah.
and
Listen
click.
first.
You
Oh,
want to do
okay.
it? You want to? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You put your ear up to the door. Perception check. Through this heavy door, you hear ever so slight muffled sounds, but it don't sound like they're immediately behind this.
Okay, we'll proceed.
Okay, so you click and open that up, and yeah, and you see immediately a small sort of hallway. There's a few little bits and pieces in here. You see some coats, looks like peasant coats, hanging up. You see a stairway that seems to be leading upwards, and a hall that goes down. You're not sure where. You'd have to remember on the map. You find yourself here.
Yeah. So staircase up,
Mm-hmm.
and floor planning wise, that's a doorway.
What, this?
Stupid thing
I
is
don't see a
blocking
ping on your
my.
ping.
No, there's a stupid. I can't click on my pointer because there's a pop-up saying "Survivors of Tarnstead."
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I'm
Refresh
just
the
gonna
page,
have to
maybe?
draw it. That's a door.
No, that's a window.
Okay. So
If you went out that, you basically go through the window and land on a staircase. So if you're looking for your path,
yeah,
you'd have to.
that.
You come up here. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, you'll do that.
Okay, Gifton, where do you want to go?
I'm assuming it's just a bedroom.
Yep, you see a bedroom. Seems to be a lady's bedroom. There's a nice, very nice armoire. There's a great big fucking bed. It looks like a queen size bed. Posters. There's up lovely hanging fabric.
Ooh, nice. I will. I don't know the layout because I briefly saw the map. I will hope this way is towards the hallway.
Yep. You wander there. The door is closed. However,
I'm little.
there is enough of a gap that you can actually go under.
Yep. So I'll do that.
Yep.
And then
And
I'll check each cardinal direction underneath the doorways.
okay. You check this way. Seems to be a privy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You check up. That seems to be another bedroom. Bit more masculine decor.
Mm-hmm.
And then hallway.
I'll go for the hallway. And I'm assuming there's like furniture in here and stuff.
Yep, there's plenty of furniture. In this hallway itself, there are various dressers. There are pictures hanging on the wall. Plants, lit candles at this hour.
Okay. I will try to stay up against the wall behind things as I move through.
Okay. You do see somebody come out of where is it? It's over. Yeah. See somebody come out of the room ahead of you.
Okay.
Were you there? Did you see? I don't think you were around to see the mercenary looking folk, were you? Or were you?
No.
The ones
No.
in the muted
Yes.
dull armor. Yeah, she wasn't.
Yeah. So you wouldn't know them from before, but yeah, it looks to be a armored figure. Not the resplendent armor of a house guard that you're familiar with, but the old worn. Usually, you can see it's clearly dinged and
Mhm.
scratched. Carrying a sword on their hilt, a hilted sword on their belt,
Okay.
and they seem to be just carrying a few little scrolls with them, and they head downstairs over here.
Okay.
Marcus.
Mm.
So, as you come to this door, it's closed. What do you want to do with it?
Perception. Each
Okay.
closed door he will listen to.
Right, perception check then, please. Right, this door is not as heavy as the outer doors. It's not as thick, and you
It's a
can now
22.
hear clear voices through it. Again, not on the immediate side of it. Sounds like they're coming from vaguely that direction.
I mean, that's pretty darn close.
No, that direction, not that close.
Oh, okay.
I'm not actually going to ping where they're coming from because you can't tell.
Right. We'll open the door slowly, just enough to squeak through.
Okay.
Leave it open. He's not going to shut it
Yeah.
because that'll make a noise.
You open the door up and you squeeze through, and now you hear the voices a bit more clear. They're coming from
Mm.
down here. There is another closed door, though, so you're not seen.
Okay. We'll proceed through the hallway to the butler. Listen if door is closed.
Okay, yeah, door's closed, and there are a lot more voices on this side. I'm not even going to make you roll for that one.
Is there candlelight?
There's plenty of candlelight around.
Is there shadows moving underneath the door seam?
Yes. And you can hear the sound of things being moved. You hear the occasional chop.
The windows behind?
What, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see through that if you want to go take a look.
Yeah. Go take a look through the window.
As you go take a look there, you see a armored figure coming down the stairs. They're wearing sort of tarnished blackened armor, dinged necked.
Mm-hmm. He was there to see that.
Yeah, very familiar sight.
Yeah. Okay. We'll probably sit this corner for a moment.
Okay, how long do you want to sit there?
How about a round?
Around 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I think around 6 seconds in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Gifton.
I'm gonna keep hugging the wall, heading down that way. I'm gonna check in that room he came out of when I under the doors and whatever.
Right. Okay. He has actually left the doors open.
Oh, okay, I'll just peek.
So you were peeking there. It looks like it was a nursery. I say was. There are a lot of things covered up with cloth. It hasn't been used in a long time. It feels like.
I'll keep this in mind.
Yeah.
Because this might be a good place to hide out if I can't get out right away.
Yeah. Did you want to go deeper in, or are you just peeking in through this immediate door?
He came out of here with scrolls, so I feel like he's up to something. So I'm gonna go check in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You wander through here, and this immediate section seems like it's just covered furniture. However, there is a lot of furniture in here, like more than the nursery would have had when it was in use. It seems it's being moved in here for storage.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Which direction?
Are any doors open?
Yep, door over here is open.
I'll go check that out.
Okay. As you get in there, suddenly you see a shelf over here
Mhm.
that seems to have a few scrolls on it. Over against this wall seems to be weapon racks.
Okay.
There are swords, spears, crossbows, various weapons.
Huh.
There's even a pile of armor over here,
Okay.
and various little trunks and cases scattered through the room.
Okay. I'm gonna take some time to search in here.
Okay, you want to search?
I do want to search. Would I do search? As a search?
Yeah. What is investigate? Yes.
I'll investigate this room because it wasn't one of the things Corvus told me to do, but Corvus is gonna get there probably long before I do. So
Okay.
I'm gonna investigate. I'm kind of interested in the scrolls and stuff.
Okay,
This is a
so
great place for me to hide with all the extra furniture. So.
Okay, so we're going to focus on the scrolls first. You look at the scrolls and you start to unroll one, right?
Mhm.
And immediately you see what looks like. What do you notice? Give me an Arcana check.
Is it a magic scroll?
Uh-huh.
Well, I saw one before.
Yeah. So
Can
actually,
I
do
get
it with advantage then.
advantage?
You've seen one, so.
I've seen one. Oh, 1 second. I have to go get dogs.
Oh no. Okay, Corvus. Yeah. So you wait there for a moment, and you hear the sound of footfalls leaving that room.
The pantry.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Going
you don't know it's a
silent.
pantry yet, but
Yeah. Going silent, quieter.
Yep.
All right. After several more footfalls, we'll open the door.
Okay. As you open up that door, you hear the door over here starting to open. What are you doing? Quick decision.
Starting to open.
Starting to open.
We'll shoulder the door and then not thumping, but shoulder through it,
Mm-hmm.
and then walk back against it.
So you're closing it behind you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So quick in and then shut the door.
Right.
Okay, I'm alright. Sorry. What was my roll?
19.
19?
Yeah, 19. Okay, so right, Corvus, you do that. You do hear a what the from behind the door you've just closed from down the hallway. Gifton.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a magic scroll. You recognize the draconic writing that is often used in magical language.
Mhm.
And yeah, these are magic scrolls.
Huh. Cool. I can't take any of them, so alright, and I'll just continue my check around the room.
Alright, give me another investigation.
Alright. Nope. I just can't look at anything too good here.
Although, actually, the scrolls were clear, so that first investigation would actually be for something else. You can check those for free.
Actually,
so
if I take my time...
You can take 10.
I'll take 10.
Right, if you want to take your time, how
time.
long are you going to take?
5 minutes?
You're going to take 5 minutes? Okay. So, you spend some time in this room, and eventually your invisibility will wear out.
Yeah, I knew that was going to wear out anyway, so...
But you do find what appears to be in some of these chests. You occasionally saw some of the cards in Tarnstead with these, not commonly, but they did have a few on hand. Long metal tubes with wooden sort of handles at the end, strange little trigger mechanisms on them. Another case has these sort of little round spheres.
Huh. I feel like if I take my torch out, I can look at this black powder better.
Yeah.
Can I take like a bit of the black powdery? I'm assuming there's some black powder in there.
There's no open black powder. However, you do see what looks to be these little paper cartridges. They look like.
Okay. Can I strap one of those onto my back?
Yep, you can do.
With my little net. Okay, I'll do that. I'll take that with me.
Right, you're going to spend 5 minutes doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Corvus. Right. So the door you close behind you. You heard a "what's there" from down the
Mhm.
hallway, and you hear footsteps starting to approach.
What is that room? Organ something?
This one.
Yeah.
I think that's where the mechanisms for the organ go, because back in those days they had
Yeah.
to build them into the wall.
Yeah, the bellows
there's
and
an
With all the
organ
stuff.
pipes
down
and
below.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the great thing of getting really, really old style mansions, is they have that
There's
old
things
shit.
you wouldn't think to include.
Yeah.
Right. It's like what?
It's also shit that like our poor people would never see in their lives. They'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Can I make an intelligence to see how much longer I got?
Yeah, sure. Give me a
Okay.
straight intelligence check. Okay, you think you've got about 2 minutes left. You had to scale the walls. You had to get in here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he will casually walk towards the passage here,
Mhm.
going into the hall. To
Right.
take a look down the corridor. If it's clear, we'll
As you-
proceed to the
As
corner.
you look down there,
Mhm.
in the hall, you do see people that seem to be in sort of butler-style outfits, carrying what look to be just platters of cold meats. They are going this way, and then they turn off into here.
Okay. He will follow them with their steps and then go into the waiting room.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Looking before going in there, but yes.
As you peek there, there isn't actually a door here.
Which is an archway.
Yep, you peek through, and there is somebody sitting. They look to be wearing somewhat fine clothes. Seems to be a, you think, human. There's an ever so slight pointy ears, but whether that's elven heritage or just a human with slightly pointy ears, hard to tell.
Okay. This is a door?
That's a door, yes.
Window?
I'm trying to see where you're drawing.
Yeah, by the
The thing
fireplace.
around the fireplace, I'm assuming it's
Oh.
something.
I assume so. Let me check.
I'm assuming
Dash lines.
I'm assuming it's like it's
No,
hollow.
that's
hollow
yeah.
inside for the fireplace stuff to go through the house, maybe.
No, I think those are actually just representing of archways. Yeah,
Oh.
because
Okay.
the hallways have that kind of thing as well.
Yeah, it makes
I'll
sense. Yeah.
go to the library then.
Okay, the library door is closed.
Okay. Check for sound.
You don't hear any immediate sound from the library. You are hearing sound coming from over here, but
Mhm.
nothing from the library itself.
Okay. Open the door.
All right, door opens up, and yes, the library seems to be empty. There is a lit fire in here, and there are. Give me a perception check, please. Okay, you see basically over in this corner, there is a table that seems to have an open book and what looks like to be a half-drunk glass of wine on it.
Okay. Go to the book.
Okay. It just seems to be a book on the history of this city, town.
Okay. Poke around the corner here.
Around there. Okay, that's another closed door.
Listen.
Perception check. Don't hear anything. So naturally, you'd open the door, right?
Naturally.
Yes. So you open the door up, and there is the surprised face of a sort of elderly gentleman who looks up from the paperwork he was going through on his table as the door opens.
And slink back.
Right. Roll.
Roll to make it spooky. Ooh.
Oh no, DM rolls.
Oh, very lucky. Okay. And that would be with disadvantage anyway, because you're invisible. So yeah, 1.
You're lucky.
And you see him sort of lean as if like looking out through the doorway. Yes, who's there? And he moves around from his desk, starts to walk towards the doorway.
Okay. Well, so what's the immediate vicinity of this doorway?
Table over here.
Okay.
You got windows, bookshelf on each wall piece. And these are very, very tall bookshelves packed with books. There's a bunch of seating over here. Fireplace right here. And some portraits on the walls. On the inside of the study, you have desk over here. You got some shelving beside the doorway. And various little cabinets and such scattered through the room.
Okay. We'll tuck in to this corner.
Okay.
And if he leaves, and if the door is open, we'll sneak through.
The door's left open, and you see him walk past you towards the entrance of this room, looking around.
All right,
And he
go
peeks out there. Right, you go in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, yeah. There seems to be a study. There are papers on the desk. See the comfy chair behind the desk.
What are the papers? What are they?
You want to go take a look?
Yeah.
Okay, as you move over to the papers and reach out to take one to look at it, your hand appears.
Oh no.
Okay.
And the rest of your form follows.
Okay.
Gifton.
Yep.
You are visible. You have discovered these strange things. You've strapped this thing to the back of your back.
Yep.
Where do you want to go?
I'm going to see what this door out here is, because
Okay.
like I said, I don't actually have any map, and I never had a map really. I looked at where that one place was, and that was it. So, I'm taking everything as interesting right now. But I'm doing the slinking up against the walls, looking for any kind of cover I can get as I'm moving very slow, very careful.
Right. I would like another stealth check now that you're out of invisibility.
Yep. I still have advantage because of my racial.
Right, 18. Okay, so you start to move through here. It's a lot of the same. You see rooms here that seem to either have cloth-covered furniture or seem to have been cleared to store things in. You see similar racks of weapons, armor, and this entire area seems to be a no-go zone because these doors are very firmly locked. You even see actual padlocks on the inside that seem to have had bits drilled in just to keep them secure.
Yeah. Okay.
And as you continue down, it's the same empty, abandoned rooms.
Everything's
locked
all
door.
Locked really tight and whatever. Yeah. Okay.
It seems the way you came in is the only way that's actually open.
All right. I'm going to back out, and then I want to go check out this room right there where I just put my thing.
Okay.
Because I might as well.
Yep, you head that way, and once again, this door looks like it's locked firmly shut. However, you're able to get underneath pretty easily. And it seems to be a little sitting room. It's some comfortable furniture in here. Looks like you spend a little bit of time with your family.
Okay.
Seems to be well used and well kept.
All right. I will sneak back out to the hallway then. I feel like what Gifton will do is probably check this whole floor. because it's
Okay.
gonna be a big deal for me going down the stairs, and I'll
You know,
it's one of those things that when she goes down the stairs, she's not gonna want to go back up the stairs, so
Mhm.
she's gonna go room to room clearing everything. I don't know,
Okay.
like whatever order. And she'll probably end up going back up there and check. Well, she checked chat room when she looked under the door, so that one's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You check each room in turn, and there isn't too much of note in the other rooms. They seem to be well used, but nobody in them currently. Actually, no, tell a lie. When you check this room, you can actually you start to crawl under the door, and you can see a maid is actually preparing a bath. She's pouring a thing of what looks to be very steamy water into the bathtub.
All right, I'll sneak back out immediately.
Mhm.
And then I'll after I've cleared those rooms, I'll start looking for stairs down, which I'm assuming is over here.
Yep. Corvus.
I don't think I'm going
Mhm.
up.
Up is a climb.
Yeah,
Hmm.
up is a climb, and then I'll have to go all the way down, and that would suck. So I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down.
Right, Corvus. Yeah, you are visible in this room. You have a few papers in your hand. You want to look at them?
Yes.
Okay, there's a mix of things here. First of all, you seem to be looking at what looks like to be bills. It's itemization. The services cost this much gold. Seems to be a tab for mercenary services.
Okay.
You can see their time, their maintenance of arms.
Okay. So bills of mercenaries.
Yeah.
Sound. What's the footsteps doing?
You can hear him calling still. Hello. Must have been the wind. The classic stealth line.
Damn it, Alan.
And then you hear thump, thump, thump,
Whose
back
footsteps
towards
are
you.
these?
Must be nothing.
Desk was here. Table was here.
Right, desk up here.
Yeah.
Shelf down here. Cabinets over here.
Okay. How big is that fireplace? Like, is it like a grand sort of
it's not
extension, or
grand.
is it
It's actually a small
enclosed?
fireplace. It's
Okay.
just enough to keep this room warm. And it is lit.
Okay. Which way is the desk facing?
The desk faces towards the door. The chair is behind it against this wall.
Okay. We'll go over to this corner here.
Where the cabinets are. Okay.
Yeah. Are they big cabinets or are they
No.
small little
These are
things?
small little things.
You are in a death trap. You are in a death trap.
I saw that the area disappeared with the powder.
Yes.
Is there a clear area where there's no?
Not completely, no.
Does it have to be completely covered with the powder?
I will rule this based on each object size.
Okay, stand.
Corvus does not know.
Yeah. Fuck.
I mean,
Yeah,
your choice is basically grab whatever ledgers you can, throw the dust, and run.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
'Cause-
Or throw the dust and then okay, stay, but
Don't know.
fucking what happens when he stays?
You
Do
don't
I
know
go
how
leave?
long your dust lasts. I mean, you don't know.
I'm going to throw the dust, grab everything off
Grab
the
everything
desk.
first.
Where are you standing first?
Okay, I'm at the desk.
Grab everything
Right.
first.
Grab all the loose leaf papers, everything that's there.
Mm-hmm.
bundle up inside the robe, and then throw the dust.
Okay. All right. Give me your roll for a time, please. Okay, nice. So, you vanish. The desk vanishes. The chair vanishes.
Poor old man,
Couple of-
when he comes back, he's out.
This is a ridiculous heist. Dear
Couple
God.
couple of plants vanish. Jesus Christ.
This is gonna be fucking epic.
They're mimics. That's all they are.
I'm sorry, Allie, that my joking question I asked you before game turned out to be the correct prediction of where this was going.
And are you going to try and hide? You can take an action basically to hide in plain sight. You can roll a stealth check.
Yeah. So yeah, he's going to do that.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead
as
and
a
roll.
rogue, he can do it as a
Oh
bonus.
yeah, you can do it as a bonus. I will take that into account for timing here then.
Hold
Go
up
ahead.
2-6.
So
No, I'm a 3.
Stealth with advantage.
yeah.
Okay, very nice. So,
We need to get the hell out of this building.
just a few
Mhm.
seconds after you throw this powder up in the air, the doorway is suddenly filled with his form again as he looks in. And he starts, because where's his desk? Where's his chair? And he looks stunned and momentarily shocked. And then his eyes narrow. And he's going to...
Yell for people?
He's going to yell, "Guards!" And then Corvus, you've seen this a couple of times from Carrick. He starts to murmur in Draconic.
Run. Just push
Yeah.
past him and
Yeah.
run.
He is.
Congratulations. Stab him really hard.
As a fun note, we now have another family that we know has a mage.
Yep. So he's going to just,
You just,
throw
what the-
through.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to try and barrel past him. Give me an athletics, please.
Oh fuck.
Use your
Can
knives.
can I just?
Can he acrobatics to try to not touch the guy?
This
Yeah.
dude is like riding the doorway.
I know he's trying, and he's probably purposely trying to body block it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good luck, buddy. On the bright side, he's a frail old
Body
man. You
slam.
can probably outrun. You can probably run past him, even if you
Choke
like,
slam him.
run-
Stab
yeah,
with dominance.
do it.
Cool, Corvus.
I'm going to make a check to see if he's going to take the knife out.
Okay.
Oh no, Corvus, please no. Oh no, baby.
Okay, I know I said choke slam the old man, but I'm not serious, for God's sake.
Oh no, murder.
Definitely do what Elias did to you. That can only work out well.
What? His alignment is chaotic neutral.
So, come on, what are you doing?
Okay, he's gonna have.
You're going to go for that sneak attack because you're in stealth?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have it. One hand is draped over everything. The other hand is grabbing the hilt of one of those lancets, and basically he has crossed arms. Okay,
Mhm.
he is going to push through. If he can't, would this count as his next bonus action?
I think it would be a standard to attack no matter what.
Yeah,
Okay.
standard to attack.
So it's probably a standard to push through. So you got to pick one or the other.
You got to choose really here. Otherwise, you can try and push through. If that fails, you can wait until he's had his turn.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then
I'm going to push through.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Athletics check then, please.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck!
old man's got some moves.
Yeah. So Corvus,
Yeah.
you try and shove through, and for a moment, the dude, he's not expecting this. He shifts a bit,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
and then his feet shift in such a way, and his hand comes up in a way that you're very familiar with the Tarnstead Garrison's training.
Oh my God, he's also from Tarnstead Garrison. Get him.
Give me an insight check, please.
With advantage? Oh.
Oh, yeah, nothing. Okay. Right. Okay. And then his turn. Yeah, he's going to do his spell, and suddenly you're visible again.
Stab.
Okay, you want to stab him? Also, Gifton, upstairs, you can now hear commotion. You heard a yell of guards echoing through the halls, and you can start to hear footfalls rushing downstairs.
Fuck me sideways. I'm probably at the top of the stairs still, right? Or something like that.
No, during this time, I'd say you got down to the second landing of it. You know.
I'm at the second landing. All right, so
Yeah.
yeah, I have to make a choice.
So,
here.
in fact, you can now see down the stairs, and you can see people armed guards starting to rush. A mix of house guards and actual mercenaries. Actually, no, it won't be any house guards. These are just mercenaries.
See, I don't know where they're running to, so this makes it very complicated.
You can only see that they're running in this direction.
Yeah. Shit. Corvus, I don't know how to help you.
Corvus is probably the best one to help himself right now. I will remind you that room has windows.
I know. I'm like, I think I have an idea.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you want to do, Gifton?
I'm gonna continue down.
Stab Corvus.
Continue downstairs.
I'm gonna continue down because I do know the layout for this floor, and they're all running that way, so I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, and you're keeping yourself hugged up against the walls
the walls and hiding and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me do some rolls.
If I actually had any idea where Corvus was and if I could help him, I would be there right now. But I am not, you know.
Okay. As you're moving along the walls, Sam, most of these guards run past you. Except one seems to like do a double take. He saw a little bit of movement out of the corner of his eye.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly there's someone staring at you.
Oh, that's great.
And you are basically at the organ room now if you want to continue running.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, all right, so you step under the door. Mm-hmm. Corvus.
Okay, he is going to reel back, stare down the guy, and then roll out of that window.
Okay, you're going to go through the window?
Yeah, just go straight through the window.
All right, how hard are you throwing yourself at it?
Actually, I just realized I should do this because it just makes more sense.
Yeah, just roll, shoulder roll into the window.
Okay, give me a strength check, please. Glass is actually a lot harder than people think.
Yeah, especially depending on the framework and.
Well, you always go dagger first to the window.
Yeah, or might have thicker glass just because.
Actually, wait.
I am holding the dagger in my hand.
Yeah, give me a strength check, please.
Good luck, buddy.
Stab the glass.
Oh, Jesus. That's a strength save as well. Okay, so. Wow. Okay, so you run at the glass and you try and sort of position your shoulder and your dagger. You know, you've got it sort of cupped in your hand, ready to give it a shatter point. But your feet get tripped up on the carpeting, and you just sort of thump into the glass.
Did you use up your inspiration
No.
earlier?
No.
You should.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
Get out. Please get
That'd
out.
be a very good point for
This
it.
is, there's one in the kit.
I will tell you, the DC for this is actually not hard. It's DC 10.
Well, I got a -1, all right?
know. Okay.
There we go.
All right. I will say, I think. Okay, good. Did you roll?
You got it.
Right. So
Okay.
you feel yourself getting tripped up on the carpet, but you manage to regain your footing, and you use that to actually give you a bit more momentum into the glass. And your dagger hits it, and you hear that sort of cracking, and the rest of your weight carries through, shattering through the glass. And you basically go tumbling out. Give me an acrobatics check to not cut yourself the fuck up on this glass. Very nice. You carry yourself forward, and you sort of land in a roll. You land on your shoulder, you let it roll your foot self forward. You manage to avoid cutting yourself horribly on the jagged glass, and you're outside.
Okay. That was action, movement,
Yeah.
bonus. Okay. So movement, I'm located on the front side.
Basically,
Or-
on the bigger map,
I'm located
Yeah.
on the church side.
if you look north on this map, it's towards the front of the building.
Yeah.
You right now, if we flip it around, you would actually be on the side that goes towards the street that leads to the tailor shop.
Okay.
Church side would be on the left
other
of this
way.
map.
The art gallery.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bonus action and movement, just hauling to the tailors. Yeah.
Yeah, because you still got to get over that wall, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. So you use your movement to run to the wall. Right, Sammy.
Yep.
You slip under this door and you start going through this room, right?
Yep.
You hear a thump of the door behind you as someone tries to open it, but it's locked
I'm gonna
because
go.
there's no
through-
reason anybody has to come in here.
There's another door right here I can go through,
Yep.
right? So I'm gonna go through that, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna sneak into the pantry, and then I'm going to try and get lost behind tables or something like that in there.
Okay, so you're going to try and basically keep yourself out of view.
Yes, I'm gonna keep myself out of
Yeah.
view, and I'm also looking because this is a pantry. There might be some entrances for rodents into the walls.
Yeah, there might be actually. We're going to let you have a investigate.
Right. Because if there is, I will get into the wall, and that will be a safer place than where I am.
Okay. I'm going to do a percentile roll for you. Okay. Low or high?
Low. I'm low to the ground.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, you can't see any in your immediate vicinity. However, what you do hear is a.
Oh no. Do I actually see the kitty or no?
You hear that behind you, and as you look back over your shoulder, there is a scraggly, ear-missing, mousing cat.
Oh, great. I am going to use thaumaturgy to make a skunk smell on it.
Okay, right, sure.
I
So
don't
you
want to
see
hurt
this,
it, but I just don't
this
want
cat sort of hissing at you, and then you know that expression they get when they don't like something as the head retracts
Yes.
and it tries to sink back into its own body.
Mm-hmm.
You see it do that hiss, toss its head about a bit, and sort of start scrabbling backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Just in time for the fucking what do you call it? The mercenary to come through this doorway, kick the cat aside, and start looking about for you again.
All right.
Give me another stealth check. You had time to break vision and hide.
All right. I will use a inspiration.
Okay, go for it.
Because I feel like I need a better stealth than that. I'll just do a normal roll for that then, right?
Mhm.
Shit.
Oh.
Oh, can I take the one for the kitty guy?
Oh, he
Oh,
doesn't see you.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Right.
so yeah, you see him sort of stomping through, trying to look like under the table and such.
Cat's
But
running between his legs.
the cat is now hissing at him because he really did boot this thing aside. Yeah, you see him trying to look in places, but he's not well versed in how you go about finding a tiny person. So it's sort of like glance under here, glance under here. Where the fuck is it?
It's in the spoon.
Corvus,
Yep.
you going for that wall?
Yep.
Right. Let's start running for the wall. Unfortunately, he gets a turn and he moves up to the window, and you hear muttering again.
Okay.
No, he's gonna cast a magic missile on your ass.
That's exactly what's happening. And unfortunately, that's just an auto hit. Magic missile. Where is it? Magic missile. 1d4 plus 1. Okay. 3 of those. Okay. That'd be 4 of those. Now he's going to cast it as a cantrip. Roll 1d4. 1, 2. Okay, Corvus, take 14 points of damage.
Good
As you
fucking
feel-
job rolling.
Yeah,
Holy
as
shit.
you feel these bolts of arcane energy basically striking you in the back as you move.
Good luck, buddy.
Okay. All right.
It could have been worse. Could have gone for a bigger spell on you.
Mm-hmm. Movement.
I say you can get the wall and try and get up it if you want this turn.
Okay, yeah. One's over the wall. So all that for the movement. And action, or what? What do you want to
Movement
use?
gets you to the wall. You can use the action to climb up it.
Okay.
And
And
then you have technically an extra move because you're a rogue.
rogue, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Bonus
actually
action.
including the rope toss and such in this attempt to climb the wall. So
Bonus action, disengage, and just run.
you don't have to disengage.
Okay.
You were
That's
far enough from the
only
window. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only if you're in melee. You have to worry about
Okay.
that.
Then yeah, bonus action, run.
From 30 feet away.
You've still got to roll to get up the wall.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
What was that?
It's going to be athletics to get up the wall.
Was it last time?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
The athletics is climbing.
On the bright
Unless you
side,
have
it's like
something
it's like
special.
a 5 or a 10 if you have a rope, but I don't know if you have that right now.
If you have something special, I don't know what your rogue
It
class
still has his rope. You can
still
try
have
and
a
give me a
rope.
toss of it if you want, which give me a straight dexterity for that.
Yeah, because it's like a 5 check if you have a rope. So,
Okay, you get the rope over.
all right.
Give me your athletics, please.
You make
Oh.
it.
Oh, okay. So you're able to get up the wall, not fucking gracefully. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm bleeding out of 4 fucking holes.
Yeah, and you drop over the other side of the wall. I'm gonna say that rope toss did take your bonus, so you're on the other side of this now.
Okay.
Thank God you did that though. All right, Gifton.
Mhm.
Where are you gonna go? Do you want to try and sneak through this room?
I'm continuing to look for an avenue of escape, basically, because I need to stay
Okay,
out of this
you move to
place.
another wall. Give me an investigation.
Alright. Good luck, me. Nope. I'm
Nope.
pretty occupied staring at this guy. Is this a door right here?
This is a door, yes.
I will try to go through that then, underneath.
Okay, right. You step underneath that. Corvus,
Mm-hmm.
are you gonna run?
Bonus action first.
Mm-hmm.
Swift surgery.
Can you do that on yourself again today?
I
You
haven't
did
done
it
it
earlier.
at all.
You did it during the ghost fight.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Same
been
day,
a
man.
Fucking wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is why I was terrified of doing this, man. This is why I was really, really terrified of doing this, because I have no lay on hands left.
Hidden potion instead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then action move.
Right. Where would you like to go?
Take me
Let me-
to the big map.
Let me move you there briefly.
Bye.
You can do solo moves, you know.
Yeah, I'm just doing a group though.
Okay.
Lazy. All right. So you are basically flipped. You are over here.
Okay.
I'd say
So-
head north if I was you and take a long trip.
Yep.
Okay.
I
so
am
you
going to go. Yeah. Just
start running north.
You
Yeah.
might even run straight
Oh,
for
no.
Capet, and that might be safer.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Huh?
Don't run to House Capet.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not running.
Oh, please-
House
please do.
Capet.
Well, it's
Stay
either he runs towards Capet or he runs towards Father Stone. Those are his options.
So I'm going to run up the alley to here, and then go
Salon.
that way.
Young, save me,
Okay.
Talon.
So you're running up there, diving down there, and going that way.
Yeah.
Right, that'll take you some time, but you've gone over a wall, and you're not followed that way.
Mhm.
So you were able to basically run down the street. You're running, not trying to blend in or anything.
Once I bounce the corner, I will blend in.
Okay.
Or
Give me a
try to
stealth
hide.
check.
Yeah. I can actually access my things now because I don't have this stupid tab. Stealth check.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, back to the other map. Sure. Okay, Gifton. You can hear the guard still stomping around in that other room, trying to find you. You can actually hear furniture being overturned now, and he's shouting, "There's some little fucking thing!"
Oh.
Where are you going?
Sorry, I'm trying to find myself on the map again because I got moved. Shit, that's a different floor. So okay, I'm here. Shit. I don't know any of the ways around this house.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's gonna double back, this way?
Oh, actually, give me a perception check, please.
Yeah. Yeah, one sec. Perception. Oh, wait, that's performance. My wisdom is low, as always.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. What's your passive?
My passive perception is a number that I can find. It's 11.
11? No, that's fine. It's pretty obvious. You can see through this opening, there's no door here, to what looks to be a long, tall glass fucking things you can see outside.
Oh, I'm going that way. Yeah, I want to see
There's
this.
the outside. There's glass, and there is a window. Well, basically built in a part that can be opened.
Yeah.
Up this end.
Okay, I'll head over that way. See if I can get out.
Okay. All right. Give me a athletics check to try and open this up. You're very small.
Can I use thaumaturgy to open it up?
Oh, you can.
Alright, I will use thaumaturgy to blow it open
Very
with wind.
nice. Yep. There's this clatter of this opening, and this will actually shatter when you do that because thaumaturgy is not subtle.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I think thaumaturgy explicitly describes that sort of.
Oh, well, let me try athletics first. And
You want to try that first?
Yeah, I'll try that first.
Oh, yeah, you can open it that way.
Okay, I'm just gonna creak it a little bit open.
Yeah,
and
creak it open and slip through the gap.
Yep.
Right. You land outside, and it's actually quite a thing for you. So give me an acrobatics check to, unless you want to try and use Care's kit to climb down carefully.
I'll use Care's kit to climb down carefully.
Okay, you climb down carefully, and you land on the sort of little flower bed that's outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can see the ahead of you in that direction is the big sort of open courtyard, but lining all these walls and such, there are like little bushes, trees, and so on.
Alright, well, I will go start hiding in those.
Right, so you're going to move over to those.
Do another stealth check.
I'm going by the previous one. Yep, give me another stealth check, please.
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
I am in the world where I belong.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just imagining her grabbing pieces off the bush.
I like to think it's
along,
because
like
I
in the
wear green
movies.
outfits that it makes more sense outside.
Yeah. So
I don't know. The last picture is blue.
there is a brief terrifying moment as you have to run across open ground to actually reach this outer wall.
Mm-hmm.
But you dive into the bushes and you're able to sneak along them towards. You can either try and find a little hole in the wall, or you can go towards the main gate.
I'll go for a hole in the wall if I can find one, because I'm sure there's got to be something.
Yeah. Yeah, you look around and you do find basically at the base there are tiny cracks that most wouldn't think to even see from the outside, but something a mouse could fit through.
Yeah.
And you're able to slip out onto the streets.
Okay, cool. Alright. I'm going to figure out where I am and start heading back.
And you start heading back. And that's where we're going to end the session.
No, we're right on time.
Corvus running through the streets. We're off on a secret mission.
You can hear fucking alarm calls and such from within there now.
Don't
as
go.
you are leaving
Yeah, and then exactly who Will we? I forgot. Ouch.
I just hear at this point numerous people yelling out, "Assassino! Assassino!"
Right, okay. So, good session, everybody. You all did a pretty good task. There was a nice stealth mission there. Everyone gets 250 XP.
All right. Yay, XP. Corvus,
Great.
we
So we're all
live.
agreed. 2322.
322. Right.
Are
Did you
we
say
at-
322?
We have more than that because I'm at
40.
4,322.
Okay. That makes more sense.
I hope that was okay. Wasn't sure how that would go.
That went really well, I thought.
I like it.
You liked it
Yeah,
because you got
you
some.
just forgot to fuck, so,
I gotta fucking not do anything else for the rest.